Hey man, it's Kevin Smith.
Hey, this is Jay Music.
Hey, I'm Scott Snyder.
I'm Cena Grace.
And you're listening
to The Absolute Geek.
The Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek Podcast.
Check it out, Snoogans.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast. My name is Matt.
The what?
What?
What did you say?
Absolute Geek Podcast?
All right. Just
Why?
double checking.
What did I say?
It didn't sound like that.
I'm pretty sure I said Absolute Geek Podcast. I mean, unless I'm going insane and I've got old timers and I can't remember the name of the show I've done for the last 5 years.
Rosie, stop it, fucking dog.
But anyways, I'm Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Brian.
Losing my brain, Matt, apparently. So
losing my mind.
Yeah, running a three-man crew tonight because Corbin decided that he was going to be highly still offended by Kyle's actions last weekend against Brandon's wife. So he decided not to come back this week.
I missed that.
Fuck that guy.
I missed that one.
How's everyone doing this week or this Friday night?
Fucking tired, beat. It's been a long week. Been waiting
like
for
fucking eternity.
Yeah, right? For some reason it's just been super long. Maybe it's the holidays. You know,
yeah,
like
even though
AZE.
It was a short week too.
Yeah. Well,
well for me it was.
You.
Yeah. Would you get you get Monday off or something?
I have to use all my unused vacation time before the end of the year, so I took Monday and Tuesday off. So I had a 6-day weekend.
I take all my vacation at the beginning of the year, so that never happens.
Well,
I don't take vacation.
If I learned anything from this time last year, it was to save a little bit of it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to cover when I had my gallbladder surgery. So
you just go without pay.
Yeah, I can't afford that. Right? I'm not baller status like that. I can't afford that.
So, yeah, it's been a long week, man.
But it's over.
Yes.
It is over.
Yes. So
fuck this week is right, Michael.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything interesting happen this week?
Fuck no.
I bought a badass camera. I bought a really nice camera.
Did you buy that as part of like Cyber Monday or Black Friday?
That's what I was trying to do, and I couldn't find the one I wanted, so I ended up just paying basically full price for one. But it wasn't too. I mean, full price. I don't know if you're gonna if anybody's out there is gonna find maybe this camera for cheap. It's the Canon Vixia HG50. And
is it a handy cam or DSLR?
Yeah, it is. Let me put it in the chat. It's a handy cam XL. It's just a video camera, not a DSLR or whatever.
4K.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, but I was looking for it for the good deals, but I got a carpet cleaner because of the fucking puppy that's over here chewing up boxes right underneath my feet, driving me crazy.
And money?
Yeah. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Fucking dog. I hope Nubia is right. Shout out to Nubia.
I think for the most part, if you can tape it together, you can go exchange it.
Okay.
As long as you got most of it together. You should be
Okay.
good.
That's what I'm hoping. Josie, no.
You should
So.
teach your dog to pickpocket people then too, if it likes money.
She took it outside, and so now every day when I get home, I go outside and I clean up all the crap, just because now I have 2 dogs, so there's extra crap. So, but anyways, yeah, I went out there and I looked down and there's a wad of chewed up money, $100 in 20s. Yeah, fucking dog.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's not, but
So you got all of that as part of that deal?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So not bad.
Not a bad little price
No.
for all that.
No. And there was another one with a not a boom mic. What do they call it? A shotgun mic, maybe?
A shotgun mic, yeah.
And instead of the extra battery, but I really wanted the extra battery since we already have mics. I don't need if Keith ends up using it to shoot movies or commercials or stuff, then he can buy that shotgun mic.
You got it for you guys got it for Bogcast?
Yeah, I got it for the podcast.
Nice.
Yeah. But been looking for something for a while because we were using those DSLRs or whatever they're called. Just the cameras that only shoot video for like 30 minutes. And I kept fucking up and forgetting to restart it. And so we would miss time, you know what I mean? Fucking stoner bullshit. Yeah.
You can hear your dog going to town on a box right now.
I know, bro. I'm shocking her, dude. I'm shocking her now. Now she's getting the fucking shocker. The actual shocker.
That's what I was about to say. This.
Yeah.
The shock.
If you really want to get her attention, you give her the shocker.
Well, I'm happy to say that I'm happy you guys got a new camera, and I'm also happy to say that the Broadcast is not the only ones who got a new piece of equipment. We also obtained a new piece of equipment, and we can now do things like this. So if you guys want to be part of the show, you can call into the show. There is our call-in number. If you want to call in and make comments, or you talk about the topic and give your 2 cents, that is our show call-in number. We can talk to you live right here on the podcast. So,
live.
yeah,
That's freaking cool as hell, man.
so we'll put that up
Who will be
periodically.
the brave number one?
Also, that is the number to use for our holiday episode, to call and leave us voicemails for the holiday episode that we will be taking place on Friday the 20th. So that's 2 weeks. To let us know, you can call in and let us know what your favorite episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast from the past year was, or your favorite memory of the show over the last 5 years if you've been with us since the beginning. So that's something definitely cool to take part in. It's always a fun show. I look forward to the show every year because it's just fun re-talking about everything. So yeah, there you go.
I mean, it's gonna be even better now that we have live callers too.
I know. Super exciting.
Yeah.
We've got Steve on line 3.
Yeah. Go.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Go for Kyle on line 5. But let's jump right into tonight's show. Have you guys had a chance to see the Black Widow trailer yet?
Yeah, I really was. It was much more. I thought that was going to be dog shit, complete, absolute dog shit. And the only thing I didn't like about it was Scarlett Johansson. Everything else was good.
You didn't like fat? You liked Fat Stranger Things guy?
Yeah, dude, I love that Red Guardian dude. That guy made it for me. That dude was actually pretty funny. He actually made the trailer for me. Him and that one fight where they're both fighting and they're grabbing each other's gun and shit.
Yeah,
that was dope.
I don't know. You don't think that you see a little bit of the Disney influence coming across in her white outfit when she lands, and she looks like she's in a stormtrooper outfit?
No, that's not a Disney influence. That was an Audi Grana 1 in 10 variant like 5 years ago.
I got very Stormtroop vibes. Yeah, and then Red Guardian.
Red Guardian was good. Red Guardian was really good.
But oh, sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
But the worst thing was, other than Scarlett Johansson just looking burnt.
I still think she looks good.
She looks fucking burnt, dude. Was fucking Taskmaster. Like, did they not realize the horrible the cry from the fans saying how terrible that one picture, that leaked picture was, and then they released the movie with that same stupid costume? Like, I understand that they're trying to go the ultimate Taskmaster route, but it's terrible.
That's what I was kind of telling.
Yeah, they could have done better.
Go ahead, Kyle. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was like, they could have done a lot better. They could have kept it. I mean, it's like not a hard costume to make. So I think what their intention was to go above and beyond, and it made it look shitty because everybody had an expectation. There's a way you want Taskmaster to look, and it's not like a Power Ranger.
Yeah,
not evil. A fucking Power Ranger.
Evil, and I like the cartooniness of them. You know, that's what I like. But I also like the evil Joker type mask. You know, so evil. Yeah.
Michael says dollar store Taskmaster.
Yeah.
You know, it's
that's exactly what it was.
How hard is it to find a skull mask and just throw him in a skull mask and a cloak? Like, I don't know why you got to try to make it all like super fancy with the snake eyes, like the like 90s G.I. Joe blue and silver snake eyes, and it's just like,
I get it that they're trying to go realistic, but this is a fucking Marvel movie. I don't want realistic.
Mom bought generic Taskmaster.
I think it's a chick.
That would be interesting, but I really hope not.
Just by the chest plate, it looks like a chest.
It could be a ex Black Widow coming after him.
That's what I'm thinking there.
I actually thought Taskmaster was kind of an odd villain to put in this movie. But then Black Widow really doesn't have any standalone villains, so I guess you have to pick from a plethora of Avengers villains. They should have thrown MODOK in there or something.
That would have been cool. MODOK's one of my favorite fucking characters. I love that character.
But I guess you got to give her more of a hand-to-hand combat villain to display her skills, and she's not really a superhero. She's an assassin.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see why they picked Taskmaster. I still just think it's a weird choice, and I think the timeline in that movie is kind of weird too, of where it's set. And since we haven't gotten a definitive timeline yet,
I thought it was set in the 90s.
I know it's set. I know it's set after the events of Civil War, between Civil War and Infinity War, but I know that there's also been talk about stuff from Budapest, so it'll probably have a bunch of flashbacks in it. Well, clearly it's going to, since the trailer you saw the Black Widow school and all that. But the biggest thing to come out of all of this, though, and Kyle has mentioned a couple times that he's upset, is that Marvel is being accused of being fatphobic. What do you think?
Make fun of us fat people.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Marvel.
Do you think Marvel should be considered fatphobic after they gave us Bro Thor, or as we call him, Fat Thor, and then Fat Red Guardian?
How is that being fatphobic? I thought that's like making fat be cool. They're like Miles Davis cool.
Because of the.
I think it's making fat a punchline.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying. Is that
it's always been a fucking punchline, though. It's always been a punchline, right? I mean, who's like, come on, it's always been a fucking punchline.
Yeah, but we're gonna do. I mean, I'm not really offended, but I let Fat Thor slide. I just didn't want to see Fat Stranger Things.
I fucking love that dude. That dude's funny, man.
Fat Stranger Things and Bad Hellboy.
Yeah. Yeah, Hellboy, Jesus.
I don't know if it necessarily makes him fat phobic. I think people are just quick to try and jump to conclusions and find a reason to bitch on social media. Because I mean, this whole fat phobic thing exploded minutes after the trailer was released.
Where did it explode?
It was all over Twitter, Facebook. It's kind of following the movie right now.
Oh, that's
There's
so
people
dumb.
trying
That's
to boycott it for that
That's
reason.
people just wanting to bitch about something to try and get fucking Facebook and Twitter views.
Attention.
That's all it is, dude. That's so stupid.
I'm social media famous.
Like
Yeah.
Michael just said, I'm just happy to have someone my fat ass can cosplay as.
Right?
There you go. I mean,
Fucking A, man. Fucking A.
we've had the Blob. Us fellow fatties have had the Blob for years.
Yeah, but the Blob's like stupid. Like, who wants to wear a fucking that cheesy wrestling outfit? Red Guardian's actually got a kind of cool outfit. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind. I mean,
There's gonna be a bunch of
you could go to a convention and wear it a couple days. The first day you could be the Blob. The next day you could be Dusty Rhodes. So you know you can get a couple uses out of that costume.
Did you see that new comic Over the Ropes?
I have, yes.
Yeah, I saw that and I thought, yeah, all the fucking old school fucking wrestling fans are gonna love this. Hasn't come out, I don't think yet. So looks good though. I mean, it'll be interesting. There's not very many wrestling
Image
comics out. No, it's Scout Comics, I think. Is it Scout?
I can't remember the publisher. I know, and I can't remember. I know there was a wrestling comic that came out during Comic Shop Day.
Oh yeah, that was Glow, Cities of Wrestling, right? Or Girls of Wrestling, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, something like that.
Yeah, that's a sweet cover, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. I thought I was really surprised by the Black Widow trailer. I thought that movie was going to be complete dog shit, and it actually kind of surprised me. It looked decent. So
I think it surprised a lot of people.
yeah.
I think it's mainly because of like all the stuff that's coming out first with Taskmaster. Like the first thing you saw from that was a leaked image of Taskmaster, and that kind of set a lot of people off as to this movie is going to be you just associate it with being garbage because the first Taskmaster image was garbage. And granted, they haven't fixed Taskmaster, but you know, it'll be interesting. The one movie I think you got to keep an eye on this next year coming up in a couple months is Sonic the Hedgehog, because if Sonic the Hedgehog does really well at the box office, I think you'll see a lot more movies take into consideration when fans say something or fan outrage online to make changes to the film. Because they made that whole campaign about how bad Sonic looked at first, and then they went and redesigned him. So
It looks great. The redesign looks great.
So I think that's going to be a movie to watch going forward, as far as like whether or not they're going to listen to fans and outrage on recasting. But
Disney's not going to listen to shit.
Probably not. They don't need to.
Just give me your money, huh?
Was that your Mickey Mouse?
That was as close as I'm going to get to it.
Their motto should be Disney, watch our movies and shut the fuck up.
Right. Give me my money, huh?
But I don't know. The fat phobic thing sent me for a loop, because it's just like you're gonna bitch about anything now, and you're just looking for things to bitch about.
Yep. Hot take on fucking Twitter.
I'll be interested to see too if this movie shuts Elizabeth Banks up about her whole men don't want to see women in action movies thing, because her Charlie's Angels movie flopped.
People just want to see good movies.
I think so too.
People don't want to see shit movies. Nobody wants to see a remake of a remake of a remake.
Yeah, but you know what I will say? Elizabeth Banks is looking fucking better than ever. Holy shit, is she hot? I saw her on.
She is very hot.
She looks fucking amazing. She's aging very well.
Or de-aging in some cases.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking go cry about something.
Did you guys so they released the name for the Ghostbusters sequel, Ghostbusters Afterlife, but did you see the synopsis and all the photos that came out for it today?
No.
So they got the
I saw the one of Paul Rudd.
Yeah, let me share my screen.
And I saw that what's their names are coming back, right?
Yep. Share my screen here. So here is a picture of the Ecto-1 from it. So basically the movie is going to follow a family that moved to Oklahoma, and they inherit a farm from their grandfather/grandfather, whose identity is a mystery to the main character and her kids. And when they're on the farm, the ghosts start coming, and they find the Ecto-1 in the barn. So that leads me to believe that Egon is going to be the father that left him the farm, who has the Ecto-1 since he's dead, since he's the only Ghostbuster that's dead. And they're going to take up fighting ghosts. But there's a shot of Finn from Finn Wolfhausen in the film, and then Paul Rudd holding the trap. And then another shot of the Ecto-1.
I'm cool with that. I'm down with Paul Rudd on anything, man. The dude's fucking badass.
So, are you guys excited for the Ghostbusters remake? Do you think it's gonna live up to all the hype?
As long as the original dudes are in it. I hear that guy that is directing it though is a real douchebag, right?
I think it's Ivan Reitman, right?
Yeah. No, isn't it his? No, the guy that's writing it. I mean, somebody's kid, right?
Is
somebody
it
famous?
Isn't it? God, I can't think of his name. The guy who played Egon.
No,
Harold Ramis.
His kid.
Harold Ramis. It's not his kid, because I know him and Dan Aykroyd wrote the first two.
No, it's the guy who wrote something else that's famous.
Who wrote something else that's famous? Let me check on IMDb. But there's a trailer coming for it Monday. Monday there will be a trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife, so I'm super stoked for that. Let's see, the writers. Get a writing credit on here. It's written by Dan Aykroyd and Gail Keenan. And there's two other writers. Harold Ramis gets a writing comment or writing credit on it, and Jason Reitman.
Jason Reitman, that's it.
Jason Reitman's also the one that's directed it, so.
Yeah. Ivan Reitman's kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming so. I'm not 100% on that. He's from Quebec.
Quebec.
From Quebec.
Quebecers.
There's great fishing in Quebec. He did but I mean, he's done some good movies. Up in the Air, Thank You for Smoking, Juno. So I'm completely for it. I think it's going to be better than what we got from the female version.
Oh yeah.
Just making all kinds of friends on this episode tonight.
But I love the chick and the female. The female version wasn't good, but the chick from Saturday Night Live was awesome in it.
Which one? They were all from Saturday Night Live.
The one who's still on it, not the one who plays the Egon character.
Oh, well, yeah, because there's I can't think of her name. I'm terrible with names. I know who you're talking about though.
She's fucking great in that, man.
It's the
Kate something maybe.
Kate McKenna, I want to say.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, Kate
Yeah.
McKinnon.
Yeah, Kate McKinnon.
What, Kyle?
Nothing.
McFarland cutoff is the 9th.
Hair?
So unless you guys didn't send them out, you're not getting in. Unless you guys already sent them out.
I'm like, oh fuck, I should have sent this book. Oh fuck, I should have sent this book.
Right?
I started doing that yesterday into today.
Yeah. You know what I started doing? Fuck, maybe I shouldn't have sent any books. I'm so worried that they're gonna come back in such shitty grade.
Well, you could still send them out if you like overnighted them, right? Because you can do it tomorrow.
Yeah, but they got to be there by the 9th, so they're not going to overnight them on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to try. It's in Florida, so maybe if you're close to Florida.
It's Christmas time.
Christmas time.
Another reason why the mail's backed up.
Yep.
It's true. Send them. Find out a way to send them Amazon, and then that way, if Amazon would start a mail service, you'd be gold.
Wednesday was probably the latest you could ship them out.
Yeah. Well, they got to be there. Well, that's okay. So Sunday's the 9th, right? I'm thinking Monday's the 9th. No,
Monday's the 9th.
Monday's the 9th. So you could still, if you send them overnight or next day tomorrow, they should still arrive by Monday. I would assume.
Who knows?
They got to be there by Monday.
To me, it's not worth it.
How many books did you guys send out?
I sent 2.
Yeah, 2.
What'd you send, Kyle?
This one and this one. No, I sent Spider-Man 300 and I sent Spawn 301.
I thought you already had 300 signed by McFarlane.
I do.
Oh, you're getting another one?
That is a correct statement, sir.
Wow.
That's why I said I sent Spider-Man 300.
Oh, no, I thought you already had one previously signed by him.
I do.
So you're getting another one.
Yes.
Okay. You got me all
That's why I said I'm getting. How?
They're getting no Stan Lee on this one, though, at least.
No.
He's on your other one, right?
Yeah.
Do you wish you didn't get that?
Nope.
Really?
Proud as fuck.
Do you have any other Stan Lee autos?
I have Spidey. I have the Death of Gwen Stacy signed.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one to have.
So do I. I have that one signed too.
That's a good one to have.
121.
I was so bummed though when I remember we sent it out and got pressed, and then I took it to San Diego and it came back a 5, and I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
My grading has gotten better since then, I think. Because I think we had it at like a 7.5. I thought we were expecting it to be.
And what did it come back?
5.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, man. And then we're like, fuck it, we're not even going to sell it. And you're like, I'm just going to keep it.
Yep.
It was too bad we didn't even want to sell it. We're like, that's not even worth it. We're not even going to make our money back.
Yeah. We were too upside down in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that the one you got out of that big Spider-Man collection you guys picked up?
Yeah. Yeah, that was before we had any grading eye at all. My grading eye was complete shit back then.
Right. Yeah, we looked at it and we're like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is gonna be a 7.75. Fuck yeah, and signed by Stanley. Fuck yeah, 5. Ooh, and it took forever to get back. I was having to fight fucking that whatever group was at San Diego Comic-Con that year.
What was that?
I forgot who was the people that were getting it signed for them, but I had it.
Oh yeah,
Like, it was gone forever, and I was having to call them and email them all the time, going, "Where the dude? It's been like 5 months.
I remember that.
Can I at least get an update?" And they're like, they wouldn't respond back, and they wouldn't find. It was just a mess.
Yeah, that was when it wasn't at like a CGC booth. That was done through like a third party, and you just dropped it off, and they like, threw your book in a box, right?
That's what all Stan Lee was, is through that third party, right?
Yeah, because I think he had a special deal with them, and they're the ones that treated him like shit.
Fucking stole his blood.
Stole his blood and made him sign for hours. And
Yeah, we're basically taking his hand and putting it on the comic.
That was at San Diego that year. I was like,
yeah,
"Ooh, you don't have to if you don't want to, Stan. It's cool, man. If you're tired, dude, go take a nap, dog." Like, they like, yeah, man. They like, he was sitting there and they just went. And I was like, "Fuck." It's probably why it dropped 2 points, man. Fucking Stanley stabbed my book.
only he would have died on it, and then it would have been priceless.
God, I wanted that to happen so bad.
It would
Remember, we talked about that forever.
Yep.
I wanted him to die on it and then fall on my book and then drool on it so that it would be remarked the book that Stanley died signing, and it says moisture from Stanley's death saliva.
I think that's when you guys were talking about, like, you were giving a time period on his death, and I think he lived like 3 more years or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, years. He beat us by years.
So
Yeah, we failed miserably on that one.
yeah.
Fucking dick.
Well, we even tried to predict his death again after his wife died. We were like, it won't be long now. Fucker lasted like another year.
Yep.
But while we're
We'll have to make a new death game.
yeah,
A death pool.
Yeah, we'll have to do it.
Rob Liefeld's career.
That was over for a long time.
But kind of staying on the same topic here with McFarlane about the Spawn movie. So he says he's going to get the Spawn movie made whether he's got big studio backing or not. Do you think that...
He's got an Action Comics 1, that's why.
Yeah, well, he says he's got a lot of big money connections
Fuck
waiting
yeah,
on
he
the
does.
sideline. So, I mean, do you think it's a good move, or do you think maybe he's overstretching trying to get this movie made?
No, this movie will be made the way he wants it, no matter what. You know what I mean? He's gonna make the movie that he wants to make.
Do you think? I mean, I'm not a Spawn fan, so I don't know. That's why I'm gonna ask 2 resident Spawn fans. Do you think that the fandom for Spawn is enough to warrant the traction of pushing to get this movie made?
If he makes it the way he's saying, if it's a R-rated super dark horror movie, yeah, for sure.
Because not only is it going to bring back memories of being a kid, you're getting a dark fucking Spawn movie.
Yeah. 7 meets Spawn.
Yep.
Well, I think the way he's talking about doing it is kind of weird, where you never see Spawn and he's just like a background shadow character. I feel like
he's
that's
a boogeyman. You shouldn't see him. It should be the first movie shouldn't be about Spawn. It should be about him showing up and everybody being like, what the fuck is this thing? You know? Like I get the idea. Like Sam and Twitch. You're going by the Sam and Twitch side, not the Spawn side for the first movie, you know? So, and that makes him mysterious. That makes him when the boogeyman is mysterious, he's more scary, you know what I mean? So Spawn the character wouldn't be scary if he's the main character.
But I can see where I think a lot of studios would have issues with this, because Jamie Foxx was rumored to be the one they're looking at to play Spawn. So are you really going to pay an Oscar-winning actor that kind of money to not be seen in the film?
Jamie Foxx wants to do it, though.
Does he?
Yeah, he came to Todd.
I didn't know that. I just
he went to his house.
I just know
Yeah.
that name was the one that was being thrown around.
Yeah, he came to Todd and wanted to play Spawn.
I think he came to Arizona and had dinner
Yep.
at his house with him,
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
with Todd.
Yep.
They talked about it.
I think they should bring back Michael Jai White, personally.
Fuck no. Michael Jai White needs to stay out of fucking movies, man. He's
Love Michael Jai White. He's Black Dynamite, man.
I mean, he's funny in like goof, like those type of movies, those
Cage Fighter or whatever the fucking
Yeah.
movies are.
B movies or whatever. But like, do you remember him in fucking Dark Knight? He was terrible in that. That was horrible.
Yeah. He was one of the gangsters.
Yeah, he made that part cheesy, a little bit cheesy, where if he wasn't in it, that part would have been amazing. You know what I mean?
Damn. You're really damning him for taking a lot of heat off of an awesome scene. Because he's in there during the pencil scene.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That scene could have been
What
amazing.
makes you think we won't kill you where you stand?
Yeah, that's so cheesy. So.
I think it's I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really a Spawn fan, so I don't know the risk of if that property would be a moneymaker for him to do on his own and then going the investment route.
There's so many Spawn fans out there.
Yep. That aren't necessarily comic fans. You know, that initial movie and that animated series created a lot of fans that maybe didn't know the comic at first.
I forgot Spawn was an animated series.
That animated series was amazing.
Yeah, Spawn was an animated series.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. I'm just gonna keep drinking.
There you go. Let's see. Do you guys have any interest in Wonder Woman 1984?
Yeah, for sure. I thought Wonder Woman was probably the best
DC movie?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I know they're saying the trailer's going to come Sunday, so be excited to see that. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about that movie and some of the way they're going to do some of the characters, especially the villain.
Cheetah or Max Lord?
Cheetah.
So Max Lord's the villain. Cheetah's, I think they're just going to set her up to be the main villain for next movie.
You think so?
Yeah, they're going to give her origin story and shit. At least that's what I hope they do. But Max Lord is rumored to be like the main big bad for this movie. So,
and I'm interested to see like how they're going to bring back I can't think of the guy's name, her love interest from the first movie that died, because he's supposedly coming back.
Do you know Max Lord's powers?
I'm not familiar with Max Lord, no.
All right, so he's got like these weird mental powers, and so basically, what people are thinking is that when you see Chris Pine, it's
It's an illusion.
Diana seeing him in her mind's eye, and he's not really there.
Okay.
And that's kind of what causes her, because a lot of people are speculating that she's going to break his neck like she did in right before Infinite Crisis or whatever, or Crisis on Infinite Earths, or Infinite Crisis. Yeah, Infinite Crisis. So what would cause her to break his neck, right? What would cause her to get that mad is if she's been, thinking that Trevor came back and, that everything was going okay, and she finds out that he's not real and that Max Lord's been fucking with her that whole time. So
That pissed me off.
If that happened.
Yeah.
In the movie or like real life?
Oh, definitely. It really pissed me off in real life.
But yeah,
I'd be so pissed. Damn your mind games.
so yeah, I don't know. I'm all for it because of the time period when it takes place, man. One, I love that 80s time period, and two, you could tell they're giving it the whole George Perez art feel to it, you know, the 80s feel to it.
You don't have a problem with her like armored costume?
No, not at all. She should be armed.
Versus your standard Wonder Woman get up, like that full like metallic armor that she's wearing, almost looks like she's like straight out of the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. She's not gonna wear it the whole fucking time.
She should wear nothing. Fight
I
crime
agree.
wearing nothing.
That's not gonna happen.
Oh, that's the Wonder Woman porn.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, and that's not what's her name? You're thinking of China. So
fuck me.
Yeah, fuck you for watching that. I don't even know why you watch that, dude. That dude's a chick. That chick's a dude. Notice how I fucked up and said that dude's a chick. No, chick's a dude.
That's not a dick. It's just an oversized clit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
But
whoa.
So I want to talk about real quick here before we get into the meat and potatoes of what we're going to talk about. So they're saying that Venom is going to be the Venom sequel they're considering it being R rating after the success of Joker. So
what is going to be the meat and potatoes of our discussion?
Well, we'll get there. I want to know like what your guys' thought on that is and why. I don't know why. I understand why, because Joker made $1 billion. It's $1 billion movie, and it was a low budget film, and it broke all kinds of records. But it seems odd to me that they're like refusing to give Logan and Deadpool the clout for doing R-rated movies, comic book movies, well, even Watchmen for that matter, R-rated comic book movies before Joker.
Because they didn't make $2 billion or however much that made.
You think that's really the $1 billion mark is why they're gonna do it now?
Dude, you realize how much money these movie studios are losing and how much hemorrhaging? They don't care about anything but money. Like these big movie studios don't care about anything but.
I like money too.
I like butt money too.
Oh, money.
No, I think that it's all about making money. And I'm with it. Venom.
You probably don't go into a movie wanting not to make money.
Yeah.
Right.
Venom should be an R-rated movie too. Especially if they're
dumb
gonna
that it was.
Well, yeah, because they took it from what it could have been and made it a fucking buddy cop movie. And it should have been more. I still think it suffered from the no Spider-Man. Like trying to go it almost had that Flash Thompson Venom feel but throwing Eddie Brock in there first, because you didn't get the actual like relationship between Eddie Brock and the Venom symbiote. You got a buddy cop film. It was like watching Cop Out with a symbiote and fucking Tom Hardy instead of Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, but Tom Hardy saved that movie.
I don't know.
That movie
was sweating. You wore sweats.
That movie would have been terrible without him.
I think that movie was terrible with him.
It wasn't terrible. It was watchable. It wasn't terrible.
No, it was watchable. But I'm saying I don't think it
wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible.
It took me 2 tries to get through it.
But you did.
I did finally get through it. Put me to sleep twice.
Yeah. You know what?
Turn it on like this fucking sucks.
You know what movie is fucking unwatchable? The Irishman. That movie is god awful, dude.
I didn't even bother with it.
Oh, you mean Mr. Marvel's not Cinema Scorsese didn't do a good job on it?
Fucking horrible. One of the worst
I heard
movies.
De Niro looked horrible.
Oh, De Niro is bad in it. The CGI is horrible. The length of it is so bad. It is so goddamn boring, dude.
It's like 3.5 hours, right?
Yeah. It is so boring, dude.
Like the Snyder Cut.
It is bad, man. Snyder Cut's
that the
awesome.
Look, like Kyle and I were talking about that earlier. The Snyder Cut, you got to shit or get off the pot with this already.
It's not him that wants that's got to shit or get off the pot. It's a studio.
Right, but I'm just saying in general, because I'm sick and tired of hearing about the Snyder Cut, and they're like, does it exist? Doesn't it exist? And we're going to send pictures of film rolls out. Uh-oh, is that the real Snyder Cut, or is that fake? And then you got all the celebrities release the Snyder Cut, and then the Snyder Cut's not even finished. It's coming to HBO Max. Like, it's just the last, 2 weeks, there's been so much bullshit and back and forth about it. It's just like, shit or get off the pot. Release it or don't release it. We're talking about a movie that came out, 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
Never got finished. That never, it never got edited, right? It never got finished.
Dude, I think the Snyder Cut is going to be just as shitty as the Joss Whedon cut with a couple extra scenes. I don't think it's going to save that movie.
You know what saved that movie is Will Wheaton.
Yes, Will Wheaton.
He would totally save that movie.
We'll see how Will Wheaton saves DC Universe when he appears in Crisis on Infinite Earths starting Sunday. Is that crossover going to drive you guys back to watching the CW shows?
No.
Not even after you're going to see the death of Superman with Smallville Superman?
No. Titans is too good to go and watch those cheesy CW shows now.
Did you watch the season finale of Titans?
No, not
Yeah,
yet.
your opinion's going to change.
Well, one show isn't going to ruin the whole 2 seasons.
Oh, one episode ruined the entire second season.
Didn't ruin it. The episode was just a letdown.
Well, so was the last episode of the first season. That was a big letdown.
Yes, they did it twice in a row.
But the first episode of the last season was a big letdown because they decided to cut the season 3 episodes early. And they cut it, and they were like, leaving it on that cliffhanger with Dick and Trigun was a better than what they had planned. And then they start season 2 with what felt like should have been the season 1 finale.
So why don't you think they're doing that again?
And then just because of the buildup they had over the season 2, how quickly they dispatched the main villain in the last episode of season 2, and then completely pivoted to focus on a secondary villain, and then
maybe that he's not really dead.
They set you up with who's coming for season 3.
Huh?
I'm thinking they did that as a distraction.
Yeah, he's not really dead. I bet you they did the whole switcheroo thing that they did in the original first Deathstroke one. You know what I mean?
I sure hope so, because I don't think Blackfire is a strong enough character to carry an entire season.
I think she is. In the comics, she's pretty dark, dude.
She
I
came
think
in looking like a snot bubble.
The only thing that I was thinking about the death in that episode was it was too easy. And that's what I'm hoping on, since it was too easy, that it's not what we thought it was.
Which death? Because there was 2 of them that I feel like were stupidly easy.
Deathstroke.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I didn't say. Well, it's been. Yeah.
Everybody knows.
But
yeah.
I think the other death was the one that was super easy too.
Yes, Michael, it's a slow burn.
But did either of you watch? I know you watched it, Kyle, the Harley Quinn animated.
Yeah, I watched it.
What'd you think of it?
I fucking loved it.
Really?
I thought it was fucking great. It was not a slow burn. They did not have no-name actors in it.
Yeah, a lot of people said she did a really good job.
Dude, it was I liked it. It's very adult orientated. It's there's a lot of cussing in it. It's violent. It's bloody. and they're just like there's no punches being pulled. It's like it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people.
It's cool. It's cool to have an adult cartoon like that. So I'm stoked about it. Like I don't give a shit that the wrong voices are being done. I don't care about any of that. Like this person should have been playing. Fuck all that. Who cares? This is who's playing now.
I don't mind that she's doing Harley, and I think she did a good job as Harley, even without an accent. Trying to add an accent to it. But like I said, I'm different. I don't like the fact that they got to play Batman on it. Like I'm not a fan of the dude from Drew Carey that they have voicing Batman.
Well,
like
Kevin,
they got the
always do it though.
Well, I know, but there's better choices out there. They got the dude who did Batman Brave and the Bold voicing Batman in it.
I didn't think it was horrible.
And then Alan Turdecki, or whatever, however you pronounce his last name, Turdick, he seems to just be like Warner Brothers' go-to for everything, because not only was he the main bad guy in Doom Patrol, but now he's voicing Joker in Harley Quinn. Which
I thought he killed it.
You think so?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
It doesn't even have to be Mark Hamill. I just think there's better options out there, but that's just me. That was just my pet peeve with it. Is that I didn't care for the voice acting in it, and I didn't care for Poison Ivy either.
How do they play Poison Ivy?
They play up
a little like a
they very focus
more
on
of like a
the hinted lesbian. I think they focused heavily on like the hinted lesbian relationship between her and Carly.
They should. That's very hinted in the comics, man.
Carly Quinn. It's her twin sister.
But no, I mean, none of the voice acting bothered me. Maybe that's why I liked it so much, because nothing really it didn't really bother me at all. Like I thought everything was fine. Like I don't know, but I'm not that super critical of voice actors.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Kevin Conroy should do everything. I don't think Tara Strong should do everything. Like I like that there's different people.
Yeah.
I like the thought of that, and like I just watched it for what it was, and for what it was, I really liked it. Like I was pissed that I kept trying to click on episode 2, and it kept giving me an error, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with my internet? Why will I thought Tim was fucking watching it at the same time as me, so it wasn't letting me watch it, and I was all pissed off. And then I get a message from Tim, and he's like, "Dude, it's not out till next week." And I was like, "Motherfucker!" Like I was so excited to watch the next episode
for Harley. I thought it was a movie.
Yeah.
No, it's a TV show.
No, it's
animated TV.
Yeah.
Show.
That's awesome.
So I was like, what I liked about Penny doing the voice is, I hope she gets naked, because then I can picture Kaylee Cuoco being naked and not really a cartoon Harley Quinn. Like, there's a little added bonuses to it. So, like, if they start scissoring, like, I could picture Kaylee scissoring. It would be awesome.
You're like Batman. You always got a contingency plan for something, Hookal.
Mm-hmm.
So that means if Harley and Poison Ivy scissor, I can picture that as Kaylee scissoring, and we're all good.
It's a win for everybody.
We're all good to scissor here.
I just thought it was good. I didn't go, and part of it is I didn't go into it with a thought on it, and like I wasn't. I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't care about the. I don't know. Maybe I just don't give a shit about the voices.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it worked for me, and it was good.
Did either of you watch the new episode of Mandalorian?
Yes. Episode 5, no. I've only seen up to episode 4.
I think
episode 4 was badass.
It was good. It was okay. I was really surprised how well Gina Carano did. Gina Carano did really good.
I love her.
For
She wasn't great, but for Gina Carano, she did good.
I love her so much.
She's fucking a big bitch, man. She's one huge
yeah.
bitch.
that's a big bitch.
I didn't realize she was that huge.
I'll let her armbar me any day.
She'll snap your neck when you're between her legs.
It's all right. She can bust my head like a watermelon. She could probably bust a watermelon between her thighs. She is a sexy lady. Sexy lady. What are you laughing about? Huh?
She's sexy. She can crush my head like a watermelon.
Hell yeah.
She's a big bitch. She's sexy. So fun.
She's thick with 3 C's, bro.
Oh my god.
Super thick. All right, let's get talking to a topic that I want to get Kyle's expert opinion on. So it came.
Are we
out-
into the meat and potatoes now?
Yeah, the meat and potatoes.
Finally, we're to the meat and potatoes. What could possibly be the meat and potatoes of this episode?
I don't know what. You tell me.
I'm asking you. You're the one who said
Smartass.
we're waiting to get to the meat and potatoes. So now I'm waiting and
So
like
it came out
anxious
today
to figure out what it
reportedly
is.
that Tom Holland got the Spider-Man deal back on track by accidentally drunk calling the Disney CEO. Do you believe that that's how it's happened?
potatoes.
Yep.
This is the meat and potatoes.
Yep.
How does it come across that he's drunk calling?
He admitted that he drunk dialed him. He didn't mean to call him, and he drunk dialed him.
I don't give a fuck how drunk you are. You always mean who you call.
Yeah.
Just like when you start drunk texting people like I do. I know I'm fucking writing you. I know I'm saying shit. Hey, I'm gonna fucking throw up, dude.
How old is Tom Holland?
He's in his
12.
12.
I know, that's what I was thinking. That dude's like 18.
Drunk like Harry Potter was.
Yeah.
12.
He's a fucking drunk like Harry Potter.
I think that's. I don't believe.
He's a drunk Brit. Hey, Disney CEO, would you like some tea and crumpets?
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
I'm drunk. We need to save Spider-Man. I like being Spider-Man.
So, what did he say that he said?
I'm pulling it up.
Said he
now.
drank
I'm looking. He's 23 years old,
Yeah.
so he's an old boy.
I don't think, was he 20 when that movie was filming? Was he 21 when that movie was filming?
What, Spider-Man Far From Home? He would have been 22. I would assume. So, I mean, it's only a year ago that they were filming since that movie came out this year.
He had to have been like 20 then.
Yeah.
Takes a while to film a movie.
Yeah, he might have fucking totally fucking outed himself. Dry snitched on himself.
I mean, he's a struggling act in the limelight. You know how hard it is to be an actor in the limelight? You have to be able to let go a little bit. And his is now gold.
So it says Holland revealed that he requested Iger's email address so he could express his gratitude for the opportunity to portray the comic book character on the screen. However, something unexpected happened next. Iger responded very quickly, saying, "I'd love to jump on the phone with you at some point. When are you free?" The actor explained, "You don't give Bob Iger a schedule. You're like, whenever, Bob." He said a few days later, Holland and his family were at a pub quiz night in their local town where the Spider-Man star received a phone call from an unknown number, which was Bob Iger. "I basically just said thank you for the opportunity." And Iger said, "There is a world where we can make this work." Huh?
Back up, meat and potatoes.
What?
You need to do it in a Tom Holland voice. Anytime you're saying what he said, do it in your Tom Holland Spider-Man voice.
I don't have
Just talk like your nuts haven't dropped yet, and you're still like a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, because I don't think he was 21. But what's the drinking age in fucking England?
7.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably fucking right, dude.
So do it now. Yeah, do it like Tom Holland.
So basically, I just said there's opportunity. I don't have a Tom Holland voice.
So he's from New York too, huh? He's from Jersey. He's a high pitched Jersey guy.
Oh, you want me to do a British? Oh, okay. Let's see. This is gonna be great. So I said, basically, I got nothing. You do a British accent, Kyle.
I like the Guido fucking high pitched accent. That's do it again. No, do it like the Jersey Shore. Do it again. Do it again. Come on,
Jersey.
act like your shirt's unbuttoned and you've got a gold cross necklace, and you got your hair done and you're about to go to the club.
So basically,
Come on, you can do it.
I ain't got no English accent. So I bet. Shut up. Give me a minute. So I basically said, just thank you for the opportunity, I guess.
Do it again.
I was at a pub trivia night with my family when I got an unknown call, and I was just basically like, thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Iger, for letting me play as Spider-Man. And Bob Iger was like, there's a world that we can make this happen.
Jesus, dude.
You sound like a 1970s black dude.
I have to admit, sir, I was rather misty-eyed
I'm turkey.
and really emotional about my time as Spider-Man and the MCU coming to an end.
That's so awesome.
I was rather misty-eyed. Did I sound like I came from the Brit school?
Oh yeah, you fucking nailed it.
Out of the fucking park, right?
Fuck, dude, that was a home run, dude. You hit the grand slam winning run of the game. I think you should do the rest of the show like that.
Please, sir. Can I have more Spider-Man? Give me more Spider-Man in the MCU, sir. Please, sir.
So it doesn't sound like he fucking drunk dialed anybody. It sounds like the other dude called him.
Yeah,
right.
He's claiming he was drunk when he was talking to him, and that it was a drunk dial. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just need like some tea and crumpets.
I was partaking in the pub in a little trivia and had some tea and crumpets when I got a call from, you guessed it, Mr. Bob Iger, to talk about Spider-Man.
Oh fuck, man, that was worth the wait of the meat and potatoes.
Yep. Well, my favorite soccer team, the London Silly Nannies, were on the telly, and I was like, I just want to thank you for this opportunity to be in the MCU.
So my grandma was born in England, and when my grandpa was stationed in Europe, they got married, and she came back. And they have all kinds of weird fucking sayings. I remember one my grandma would always say is, I'd be like, hey, Grandma. Actually, I called her Nanny. Nanny, what's that? How do you do that? A shim shines for meddlers. The fuck does that mean, Grandma?
Wait, what?
It doesn't even make sense. It still doesn't make sense. I've Googled it. That doesn't even come up in a Google search. The fuck does that mean? And she died before she ever fucking told me.
What was it?
She'd go, it's shim shines for meddlers.
Let's see if we can Google that.
The fuck is a shim shine? What is that?
I have no
What
idea.
a meddler is. I mean, I guess she was saying, "Get the fuck out of my business, little kid." I mean, I guess that's what she was getting at. Like, it's none of your fucking business. Fucking kick rocks.
Yeah, go bother somebody else.
Pretty much. Nothing comes up.
Nothing
Some weird.
comes up. Shimshine for meddlers. The first search is Smallville / search results.
Yeah, nothing comes up. It's just something she would always say. She said it to me the entire time I was growing up, and the fuck does that mean, Grandma? The fuck does that mean? And she'd never tell me. She took it to her grave.
Yeah, because you wouldn't listen. You wouldn't fucking listen to get the fuck out of her face.
Right?
Quit bothering me, you little fucking pipsqueak.
That's my shout out to my dead grandma.
Shimshine looks like it's a clothing company in English. It's a English clothing company.
Shim shines for meddlers.
Yeah. It doesn't mean shit. It means get the fuck out of here, kid. I'm trying to make bread.
English's new news documentary To Catch a Meddler.
God damn, those are some meat and potatoes.
That was some meat and potatoes.
Jesus Christ.
How do you like your meat and potatoes?
Fucking drunk Spider-Man-ish.
There you go. Please, sir.
Shim
more.
shams for. I got it. It's right here. It's not shim shine. It's shim sham. Shim sham for meddlers. A rebuke given to anyone who asks impertinent questions.
So if you ask like it's
See, she was pretty much trying to get the fuck out of here, kid.
Yeah.
Quit asking
Yeah.
questions, little boy.
Shim shams for meddlers.
Shit shams.
Yeah. Shim shams for meddlers basically means
Take your shit somewhere else.
it says here, today I'm going somewhere I can't say where. Shim shams for meddlers, my mom would say. Whenever we asked a nosy question, she would answer by saying, shim shams for meddlers. What's in the bag, Mom? Where are we going? What are you doing? Who is that on the phone? And she didn't want to say, we would get the standard reply. Shim shams for meddlers. Are you going to be one? Even the kind of questions that we all ask, which drive you nuts. With kids drive you nuts. You just say shim shams for meddlers.
Oh my God, she probably told me that 10,000 times growing up, so I must have asked her all kinds of stupid questions all the time.
And crutches for lame ducks is another one. I don't know what the hell that means.
Well, there you guys go. If anyone tells you that, that means you're fucking asking a nosy question.
Yeah.
It means mind your fucking business.
Little boy. Shim sham
Shit.
for meddler.
Shit. I wish if I would have known what that means, I probably would have learned a nice life lesson. Thanks a lot, Grandma.
The fact that she took you to the grave took it to the grave without telling you means she didn't want you to know.
She probably just thought I already knew what it meant and I wasn't fucking stupid. But boy, was she fucking wrong. I'm fucking dumb as rocks.
Nah, you got the meat and potatoes of it, bro.
I did get the meat and potatoes of it. I figured it meant kick rocks, fucker. I was pretty much right. All right, what's the gravy? What's the gravy of the meat and potatoes?
The gravy can be whatever you want, big boy.
Spectacles for sparrows.
Ooh, I'm gonna start saying that to people. Shim shams for meddlers.
It's a tap dance routine. Shim sham is a tap dance routine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just taught all you fuckers out there something. You're welcome.
Yeah, you did. You showed us that shim sham is for meddlers.
And I'm a meddler. Right, what's next, Matt?
What else do you guys want to talk about?
Oh my God, you You can't tell me the meat and potatoes is the last thing we're talking about.
So let's talk about the roads. So what's some of the cool stuff that the roads can do?
I hit all the high notes, bro. So, well, the
What
news.
is some of the fun stuff that we're gonna get with the roads in the future?
Well,
We want someone to call in.
yeah, we can take phone calls if anyone has anything you want to.
Who's got the ball to call in?
Let me throw the number back up there. We can take live phone calls on air now. We can. It's got Bluetooth connectivity, so I can hook up to Bluetooth. I can play sound effects. Pretty much the sky's the limit with it. Nice little piece of equipment. So I'm super excited that we got Kyle's calling.
Hi, I'm a listener of the Absolute Geek Podcast. Please connect me.
It comes up Kyle Stinson.
Does it really?
Hi, to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
It's lame.
Kyle hung up. Oh, we got another one.
Call from
Michael.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Like a click call. Mom, pick me up at the mall.
Hey, Michael, you're on with us in the Absolute Geek Podcast. How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Thanks for having the balls to be the first one to call in to us.
No problem.
That's fucking great, man.
Hopefully you've had enough drinks tonight so far.
There's a delay, so I can't hear.
Oh, Kyle said he hopes that you've had enough drinks tonight so far.
So I hope
yeah.
you've had
It's been a shitty day,
enough
so this
drinks.
is making up for it.
He's literally screaming it at you now.
No, he's screaming it at you,
I
dude.
know he is.
Yeah, I'm here.
No, Kyle's saying he's hoping that you've had enough drinks.
Oh,
What
yeah, I have.
the fuck, man?
Why can't you hear me?
Now I hear him screaming it.
Yeah, no, he hears you.
Well, there's a hell of a delay in
New
there.
technology is fun.
New technology is fantastic.
Well, you know what? Just for that, for having the balls to be
All
our
right,
first
you guys have a
caller,
great night.
You too,
sending
man.
you a
Thanks for
prize
calling.
pack.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. So Kyle's gonna give him a prize pack for calling in. What's your prize pack, Kyle?
It's none of your fucking business.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Can you set it up to where he can hear us?
Yeah, that's fucking lame. Take
Yeah.
that goddamn number off until you figure
Send
it
it
out.
back.
Send it back. Well,
Back to the start.
if they sit here and watch us, they can hear you.
Yeah, but that's not cool.
Obviously not.
It is cool.
But there's a delay if they do it that way.
Yeah.
Hold on, my dad's calling me.
There's a
Hello? Hey, what's up?
His dad's gonna call into the show. He's taking.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? Yes, you gave me money for pot. No, you're good. We're cool. All right. No, I don't need more. All right, cool. I'll talk to you later. Bye, Dad. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to unmute real quick. He'd be so mad if he knew I just did that.
I think if you guys were all plugged into the board, you would hear it. But I think it's because the board goes through
Your mom?
my mom. Yeah. I wonder if I'll have to mess around with it. I'm sure there's a way that you guys could hear it too, because it
You're
probably has to
fucking
go through the
creepy.
USB section, and I have to I mute that so it's not like repeating everything. So I'll have to mess around with it. I can probably get it there though. I could definitely probably get it there. I'll play around with it though.
You play around with it.
But we can do things like this when Kyle thinks he's funny. Or
Standing ovation? I think every time I am funny, you should get a standing ovation.
you think you should get a standing ovation?
Somebody's got to bring life to this show.
Here, I can help you out with that.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. It was just a pleasure to be nominated. Oh, look it's our moderator showing up pretty late into our fucking chat.
Right.
I'll be back,
let me
guys.
check.
I'll be back.
You're gonna do the top 10?
Yeah,
Hot 10?
I'll
So what's the
see
hot
you.
10?
All right, you guys ready? The hot 10 is number 1, Avengers number 43, first appearance of Red Guardian. Number 2, Star Wars Clone Wars number 1, first appearance of what's that little chick that's in the cartoon books? Or the cartoon? The little chick with the weird. Anyways, number 3, Inhumans number 5, first appearance of that new Black Widow. Number 4, Conan Serpent War number 1, David Finch variant. Number 5, Spider-Man Venom Double Trouble Peach Momoko variant. Number 6, Black Widow Deadly Orange number 2, Adi Granov White variant. And then coming in at surprising at number 9, Kyle, which you brought up earlier in the show, Deadpool Max number 5, first appearance of the female Taskmaster. So,
Dope. And that's why, because I'm on to something.
You're on to something, brother. So,
Did you said last week that that Philadelphia book was one of your hot 10, right?
that was number 1.
Yeah, that book was hot garbage.
Yeah, dude. It fucking it shot up on the speculators thing though. So everybody was pretty happy about it.
Yeah, that
Making money off of it.
hot garbage when I read it.
Comic book day, right? Comic store day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was that specific variant, right?
Yes, the Mateen variant.
I thumbed. God, he's such a good artist. And I thumbed through it, and I almost bought it for that reason. I was like, you know what? I bet you this is going to be a hot book. And then I set it back down like I always do.
There's a book that's been on 4 straight weeks now, which is like I don't think that's ever happened, and that's that Secret Wars 2099 number 1, the Ron Lim 1 in 25 variant, where it's got the female Captain America running. Matter of fact, here, let me do this real quick.
I'm going to be late to your other show.
Yeah, I'm okay.
They can't fucking start it without me. I'm fucking Brian McClay. They can't fucking start it without me.
This the Secret Wars variant right here. That one. You see the shared screen?
I don't see it.
Matt. There you go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that one has been on the on the hot 10 for fucking 4 straight weeks now. It's $100 book. So
when did that come out?
That came out like 5 weeks ago.
Really? Secret Wars 2099?
Yeah, they're doing new Secret Wars 2099 stuff. So that's number 10. There's the Deadpool Max. That was the first appearance of the female Taskmaster. There is Kill Whitey Donovan's number 8. Magnificent Miss Marvel number 10 is number 7, which is the first appearance of the Kree suit, I guess, that seems to like Spider-Man symbiotes. Kamala Khan's new Kree suit seems to be like Spider-Man symbiote. So that's her first appearance in that. There's the, of course, the Black Widow white variant from Adi Granov from 5-6 years ago. There's a Peach Momoko Double Trouble variant. That's a badass David Finch Moon Knight cover. Any David Finch Moon Knight cover is bad. Add Conan on it, and it's even better. It's like a $250 book. There's the Inhumans number 5. And there's the Clone Wars number 1. And there's number 1 first appearance of Red Guardian. So that is 10. So, all right. I will be back, gentlemen.
All right. See you in 20 minutes.
All right.
Hey, my dad's watching the podcast. Howdy.
Howdy. Did he give you enough money for weed?
All right, what's next?
You have anything else you want to talk about this week? Because if not, we're going to.
So, what did you think of
down.
the latest episode down of The Mandalorian?
I liked Mandalorian. I liked it a lot. You go back to some familiar locations. I think The Mandalorian is starting to get a little repetitive now, though, with what it's doing. Well, because I mean, it's pretty much giving you more of the same. Like, man, he goes to another planet. He gets, something happens where he gets in trouble. Somebody finds out that he's got the baby. Somebody tries to kill him. And it's just.
I mean, he's a bounty hunter.
I know, and it's the same the same formula. It's just I feel like they're trying to use flashy locations that you're familiar with to
San Diego.
well, yeah, to completely like negate all that. Like this episode, they go back to Tatooine, so you see like the cantina, and they hit all the high points in Tatooine. You see sand people, so it's just like they give you that nostalgia factor and use that to kind of cover up the fact that their plot is the same every week. But I'm still enjoying it.
But it should be like John Wick every week.
Yes, it should. I think so. I think we need more shootouts.
For sure. Tim has a question for you.
So who was it that showed up at the end to pick up the bounty? Was it him or someone else? That's a fantastic question. I didn't even think about that. Actually, Tim.
Now you
should have Tim come on here and talk about it. Come on, Tim.
Maybe if you call in. Why don't you flash that phone number again?
He didn't even show up till the end of the show.
Flash that phone number for him to call in.
But
just send him the goddamn link so he can come in and talk
the
about
goddamn link. Yeah, let's go. Let's have a fucking.
Tim, you're getting the goddamn link. You better fucking get set up pretty quick.
He's gonna be like, I'm in my underwear. I can't do it.
I am too, and nobody knows.
I can't join baiting.
I'm just wearing a shirt.
Can't
Nothing below the shirt.
There we go. Make sure there's nothing incriminating in here.
And where? In the chat? Oh, I know that link.
That's the link right to it.
So, while we're waiting for Tim to come on and talk fucking Star Wars with us,
yeah, come on, Tim.
I wonder if Tom Holland will ever drunk call us.
I don't know. Maybe
what is going on in the chat?
Maybe you should text him our.
Is that your Facebook?
Yeah, that's why I was saying it's the. For some reason, it was displaying my other screen instead of my main screen when I was sending Tim the invite.
Well, at least everybody gets to see your Facebook page.
Yeah, I don't really care. Everyone can see my Facebook page.
That is an incorrect statement.
People want to add me on Facebook, and I don't talk about anything interesting or noteworthy. I just bitch a lot. You can get that here every Friday night for free.
Oh, fuck. I'm out of booze.
No, you're not.
No, it's right here.
This episode is once again brought to you by Gentleman Jack.
It's always brought by Gentleman Jack because I am a gentleman and my name is not Jack. And you never want to say hi to the guy with that name in an airport.
What, Gentleman Jack? Or Hi
No.
Jack? Oh, Hi Jack.
Ah!
Fuck you.
Thank you.
I'll give you some sound.
Thank you. I'll be here all the way to the end of the show.
Give you the sound, the laugh track too.
The kid is not gonna come on. He's a fucking pansy.
He's not gonna come on. He is being a pansy. Your dad wants you to come on over.
Tomorrow I will.
That's a good question though, Tim. I didn't even think about that. It didn't.
Well, think about it and now talk to us about it. Well, tell us the meat and potatoes of that.
I watched it while I was working today just because it was slow first thing in the morning.
Working over here.
I was watching it on my laptop. You haven't even watched it yet, have you?
I'm waiting for the meat and potatoes.
Oh my god. I figured you'd have more to say about your experiences with drunk dialing. That's why I figured I would save it for last.
I don't drunk dial people.
Drunk texting, or you've never drunk dialed anybody in your life?
Uh-uh. Who the fuck would I drunk dial?
I don't know. Brian,
Hey, Brian.
your wife.
What are you
I don't
doing?
know.
She's usually next to me when I'm drunk. So I just turn to her and I go, hey, are you drunk too?
Your Uber driver.
Hey, did you have a good night?
What did you?
What did you do?
Let me ask you that real quick about since you take Uber quite a bit while we're waiting to see if fucking Tim's gonna have the cojones to join us.
He's not.
So Uber releasing the statistics and showing how many people have been like assaulted and shit like that taking Uber and Lyft.
I've never been assaulted taking an Uber or a Lyft.
Is my volume low? I mean, I don't think it is. Is that better, underdog? Do I sound low to you, Kyle?
No.
I don't know.
Underdog.
I've got everything
Underdog.
maxed up.
Speed of lightning, roar of thunder.
Because I know when I drove Uber for like a weekend, I thought about that quite a bit. It's like, what happens if like someone tries to rob you or?
What, are these drunk teachers gonna assault me?
Yeah, I don't know. A drunk teacher.
Isn't that what you picked up with like 3 drunk teachers?
Yeah, that weekend I did. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking just like in general. Like the thought had crossed my mind is like, what if someone tries to rob you or? Because there was a video of people in this dude in I think New York, and he pulled up to pick up an Uber, and he asked the dude if because they don't want to ask you, are you this person? So he's like, is your name Jack or whatever? And the kid was like, yeah, and hopped in the back of his car, and then he was like, psych, that's not me, and tried to rob him. And his buddy came from like the outside of him and was like started pistol whipping him and stuff, and it was all in this dude's dash cam.
Do I have a dash cam?
Your dad says you're kind of cute.
I know I am. I'm huggable and lovable, shoeshine boy. So, no, I've never. I don't know. It doesn't. You've never taken a lot of Ubers?
Dude, I've honestly only ever taken Uber twice, and that was the first time I've ever done Uber was with you to Phoenix Comic Con last year or this summer, and then
stoned and went to sleep.
Yep, and then
sweating.
And then when I was in,
oh my God, what's wrong?
I took it when I went to San Diego Comic Con for the day. I took the Uber from the airport to where I could catch a shuttle bus. So that was it.
I think the assaults and stuff, that's super rare. I think they're like, it's like 1% of 1%.
Because I know like Lyft is in big trouble for it right now. Like there's a bunch of people suing them for people being assaulted. Yeah, there's a bunch of people suing them right now for that.
What?
Yeah.
I've never been assaulted in a Lyft.
Have you been insulted in a Lyft?
Nope. No. Everybody's pretty cool, man. No, I haven't really. Fucking you get on your phone and you dial it. You wait about 6 minutes. Fucking dude shows up. You say, don't follow the directions on your phone because that's not how you get to my house. And you tell him how to get there.
Well, because then you had that dude a year ago or 2 years ago that killed a bunch of people and then went and started driving Uber picked someone up on an Uber ride. So,
none of my have ever killed anybody.
No, you think that should be in the rating system?
Yeah, no.
Wax Jock says you're not supposed to have anything valuable on you to steal aside from your sweet little cherry.
This right here.
Yeah, the shocker. You're gonna get the shocker.
One Uber driver did try to give me the shocker, and I jumped out and ran.
Yeah.
He's like, "Come here, boy." I said, "I'm all man, motherfucker."
We should secretly start a game show in Uber like Cash Cab. You ever seen that show Cash Cab?
Mm-hmm.
Should start a fucking Uber version of that where you just Uber drive people around and do trivia.
So what I do?
Oh, look who's got the cojones! Yes, he does have the cojones to click the link.
What up, guys?
He doesn't have the cojones to have his mic plugged in right though.
What do you mean plugged in right?
You're coming. It sounds like you're coming either through a phone or through a webcam.
No, it's through earbuds.
Oh, okay. You're coming through your earbuds.
Yeah, because I got a printer running, so the mic is probably going to be too sensitive to it.
What are you making?
Baby Yoda,
Yeah,
Baby Yoda crop.
He's fulfilling everyone's Baby Yoda quota.
For $7.99, Tim will make you one too. Send me how many you want, and I will send them to Tim. $7.99 plus shipping and handling of $37.
That looks like
How long does that take to make?
Like 8 hours.
Fuck.
Are you fucking serious?
Dead serious.
All right, so now you tell us your thoughts on Star Wars, and I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
It's cool, and there's laser swords and shit.
So yeah, tell me about your thoughts on the latest episode of Mandalorian.
I think it was a good episode. I think it was like a I don't know how you put it. There's a lot of fan service.
Yes.
There was
especially with them going to Tatooine.
Yeah. There's a delay over on the other. Hold on a second. I have like the YouTube open at the same time.
Yeah, don't watch the YouTube. Focus on the StreamYard.
Yeah. So there's a lot of fan service with them going to Tatooine. You know, they go back to Mos Eisley. They go back to the cantina. See a lot of stuff that you seen to begin with from the original Star Wars. So it was a good episode. There's problems with it though. I'm not sure why he would go to help that other dude. I mean, I know he needs money, but the other dude was kind of a jackass, and
I like money.
I feel like Tim is one of those people on the street that these game shows interview for questions. What other problems what problems have you had with the series? Because I know you're a huge Star Wars fan. So overall, what are the problems you have with the series? 6 episodes in.
That was only 5.
Today was episode 6, I believe.
5.
Is it 5? Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Matt is so important. He sends him episodes in advance.
Yeah, I get episodes.
He's seen the 6. He has the meat and potatoes. Marvel.
I get drunk dialed by Tom Holland to get the Mandalorian episodes in advance.
Nice. I like to get on that list, but
you have to be Matt. No one else could be Matt but Matt.
That sucks.
Pretty much.
Up until this week's episode, I really haven't had any problems with it. I just thought this
What were
episode
your problems with this episode?
just some of the other characters and like new characters that were introduced were kind of nice.
What?
That's very nice. You're
The
gonna
fuck are you
do Jesus. What?
I can't understand a goddamn word you're saying.
Is it that bad coming through the earbuds, Matt?
Yeah, it's like I said, it sounds like you're on a cell phone.
It's that bad.
Yeah.
It sounds like that you're in a dubbed anime and your mouth is moving, but there ain't fucking words coming out.
Sorry, guys.
I fucking love you, Tim, but I can't understand a goddamn word you're saying.
Kyle loves you.
I do.
Don't be jealous, Matt.
He's an awesome motherfucker. Yeah. Fucking Matt.
I am jealous.
Yeah,
We all
I
can't
would
get Kyle
say
love.
love.
I'll try the mic.
Answer is a correct statement.
I'll try the mic, but it might be
I'll try the mic. I'll try the mic. I'll try the mic. Where's Jesus? Is he trying to steal the hubcaps off my car?
Wait, what?
Nothing.
He has the cojones to click the link, but not the cojones to have a good mic.
He will.
I know. I have faith in him.
That ain't better?
That's much better.
Yeah. Can you hear the printer like squealing in the background?
Yeah, but it's not terrible.
Okay. I was worried it was gonna be like,
Yeah, you're cool, man.
you know, like squealing loud as shit. The story this week kind of sucked. I think this episode was strictly fan service, just going back to old places, and the couple characters that were
especially
introduced this week
Tatooine.
kind of, yeah. A couple characters that were introduced this week, I thought were lacking as well.
Who was introduced this week? If you don't like spoilers, fucking you're watching the wrong show.
Another bounty hunter and a person that's supposed to be badass that they were going after for a bounty that wasn't as badass as they made out to be.
Was it Han Solo? I'm just joking. It was 50 years after.
But so he teams up with like this badass kid who's trying to get into the guild, and they're going after this other target who's like this big assassin, and when they try to go after her, the Mando.
You interviewed the person who made the guild.
Huh?
You interviewed the person who made the guild.
No. The kid is trying to get into the guild. He's trying to join.
Oh, he's got
the guild.
He interviewed from Supernatural.
Yeah.
What's
Anyways, the Bounty Hunter Guild. So, the Mandalorian takes a job to help him to make ship repairs, and wackiness ensues. But
the dude is like the dude is like Trailer Park James Franco.
Yes. He kind of reminded me of a fucking dude from Umbrella Academy. The Hansel. I can't think of his name right now. The
Hansel.
No, the dude who saw dead people.
Oh,
the one who had hello and goodbye written on his hands.
Fuck. It's like a German name, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's why I stated to
German.
say Hans, but
Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener
Thought it
Schnitzel.
started. Did it start with a K?
Kyle.
I guess Kyle.
No, that dude blows.
Klaus. It's like Klaus.
Klaus. Yes.
Klaus.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
the one.
I said it like 3 fucking times.
All I heard was starts with a K and then Kyle, and then you said Klaus. But yeah, he kind of reminded me of Klaus a little bit. So you think that when he smashed the tracker, that wasn't the actual Mandalorian?
No. What do you mean when he smashed the tracker? When he went and picked up the bounty?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So that person, I've never noticed when the Mandalorian was walking that it sounded like he was wearing spurs.
Oh, you're talking about the very, very end before it rolls credits.
Howdy, boy.
Yes.
Thanks, Woody.
Yeah. What were you talking about?
I thought when he takes the tracker, I thought you were talking about like when he takes the tracker from him in the beginning, or when he smashes the tracker in the beginning.
No. So like that was questionable as well, because I think he was, because the trackers, there's more than one tracker for more than one bounty. So I think that tracker might have been for what the internet has decided to call in some places Kevin, and not the lady they were looking for.
Wait, is that what they're calling the little Yoda? Is Kevin?
I've seen a bunch of places that were like, oh, he's not Yoda and he's not this, so we're just going to call him Kevin. So I've seen him called that in multiple places.
What is your thought on the theory that I was talking to you about earlier, that the Mandalorian in the show is referring to isn't the actual Mandalorian you see, but the Baby Yoda?
I think it's an interesting theory, but
Stupid. You can say it.
Dude, if
no,
they
it's
put
not stupid.
if they
It's
put a little
interesting,
helmet
but
on him and have him dress up like a little Mandalorian, that's gonna sell even more money.
what's
It'd be
he?
the cutest fucking thing.
Yeah,
It would break the internet.
it would.
What are they going to tie his ears back? I
Especially
mean,
if
how's he going to get the helmet on?
it. Oh, it would straight stick out of the fucking
He
helmet.
just
It'd be
fold his
dope.
ears up. Put the helmet on.
That's what she said.
Do you think the Mandalorian's a woman? Have you seen that theory?
No, I'm off that one.
That people are thinking that it's just a voice changer and that the reason he won't take his helmet off is because he's actually a woman?
I thought it was like a rule.
It's that's argumentative to say the least.
Which
That
part?
it's a rule. That's
The law.
Well, because we've
It's a
talked about
guideline.
there's been other Mandalorians that have taken their helmets off and no problem. Jango Fett.
all the Mandalorians from Clone Wars and Rebels.
There's people also
If
speculate.
I was a rebel, I would take it off too.
People also speculate that Boba Fett is going to show up. So do you think that was Boba Fett who shows up at the end,
Nah, fuck that noise.
or was it maybe
Why?
Han Solo?
Han Solo.
Han Solo showing up at the end?
Highly unlikely. Well, no, Boba Fett's dead.
Of old age?
Well, kinda. He
But
got digested over 1,000 years in the Sarlacc.
We never actually see him die. You don't think he shot up out of the Sarlacc pit? You don't think he survived, man? Look,
No.
if Darth Maul can survive getting cut in half in that fall he took, you don't think that Boba Fett could survive the Sarlacc pit?
No.
I think he could. If the Emperor could survive, for God's sakes, you don't think Boba Fett could survive the Sarlacc pit?
No. What's the difference between them and Boba Fett?
The Force wielders?
Yeah.
You
Makes a difference, man.
Boba Fett's a badass. And
Well, he
can
is,
float.
but still. I mean, I don't care how bad you are. You don't just pop back out of somebody's gut, man. And he's he's a clone.
Chad says he survived the Sarlacc pit in the EU. There you go. The extended universe.
Which part of it? Is it the part of the EU that Disney's using as canon or no? Because there's a lot of that shit that they make.
Disney's not using any of it as canon. Anything from the EU that's canon that they wrote. So it's from when they took over and started producing the comic books to now.
So then
They're cherry picking the other shit. So I don't know.
So then the EU survival is irrelevant.
And Chad says that the Emperor is a clone. Possibly.
That I believe. I think the Emperor is a clone. I think Kyle's a clone too.
Yeah, Kyle is a clone.
I'm a clone of fucking Austin.
You're a clone of Lance from Couch Crunchers because you guys look alike. You remind me so much of each other.
Lance is way cooler. That can't be.
He is, dude. That is one cool motherfucker right there.
Drives a Volkswagen.
So does this Lance.
Which Lance is your Lance?
With a sound attenuate, actually, whatever it is. With a fake
sound actuator.
Yeah, that thing. With fake
Dude,
Paul
that thing is
Walker
badass.
noises.
It makes me feel. Dude, it makes me feel so cool.
Everybody wants to get their inner Paul on.
Dude, I always want to get my Paul on.
Yeah.
Chad says that was first.
Chad should come on.
Survived comics. Yeah, Chad should come on. We should have a fucking Star Wars beat off.
We should have a Star Wars.
I don't think that word means what you think it does.
Debate off.
Getting Chad a link.
Send Chad a link.
It's a master debate.
Yep.
I'm going to right now.
Star Wars. We should just round
Tell
out.
Chad to check Messenger.
We should just
Star
round
Wars,
out
Star
this,
Wars, Star Wars.
this panel of
Star
Star
Wars,
Wars.
Star Wars, Star Wars.
I need to make that a sound clip.
Star Wars.
We need to round out this panel of Star Wars and this Star Wars beat off and get Max from Couch Crunchers on here.
Star Wars.
Star Wars beat off.
I'm telling you guys, you're not using those words right.
I don't think you think what you think it means.
That's right.
Master debater. Chad said Tim's too big. I can't beat him off.
Damn, that's a fucking compliment. If I
Look at that fucking smug look. He knows. He's just like.
You try with both hands.
If he had a collar, he'd be popping it right now.
Yep.
Yep.
He's like truer words have never been spoken.
We don't have collars at Star Labs.
We don't have collars at Star Labs.
All right, I'm calling Chad out. Let's see if he's got the balls to join us too.
For this Star Wars
beat off.
Star Wars,
debater.
Star Wars. Let's see if he is a master debater.
We're gonna argue the Mandalorian in the extended universe.
All right, Chad, we're calling your fucking card.
So you
old
wouldn't
man.
be down for a fucking appearance by Han Solo? It's just they got the guy from Solo, or just digitally de-aged.
Is he fucking Ned Flanders?
Harrison Ford.
Why would we see Han Solo though? That doesn't make sense.
Why not?
It's like 50 years later, right?
No. This is just not a couple years. This is just a couple years after Jedi.
No, I thought it was
I
like.
thought it was 50.
I thought it was like. No,
15.
I think you're thinking of the.
15 years after Jedi, I believe.
I'm sticking with 50.
I thought 50 was the age of the Baby Yoda.
Google it, bitch.
Yes.
I think that's where
What?
you're getting 50 from.
Jamie, check that shit.
Who the
Wait a
hell-
minute, that's wrong. That's the wrong show.
Yeah,
Who's Jamie?
other than Joe Rogan.
That fucking show sucks. Fuck Joe Rogan. He's in Phoenix right now. I'm calling him out.
Oh yeah,
5
for your
years. 5 years after Jedi.
That's close to 50.
fight.
That's 25 before Force Awakens.
So he is still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive.
It's only 5 years. Are you sure?
So Star Wars labels its years with BBY and ABY, short for before the Battle of Yavin and after the Battle of Yavin. Fancy way to refer to A New Hope. So Return of the Jedi takes place 4 years after the Battle of Yavin, which means The Mandalorian takes place in a year of R. Lucas 9 years after the Battle of Yavin. The Force Awakens begins 34 years after the Battle of Yavin. So we're looking at 4 years. Or no, 9 years. Sorry. So it's 9 years after.
Is it
A New
9,
Hope.
5? It's 50. Fuck, I'm confused.
So it's 5 years. So yeah, it's 5 years after the Jedi.
Screen share work or no?
Yeah, I can screen share. Or what? You not screen share? Here, I'll screen share.
Yeah, see there.
Yeah, you share. You fuck with Google. I don't believe anything Wiki says. That shit's fake.
Christian says Kyle got his weed money, Dad.
I don't believe none of that shit.
Sounds like someone is torturing R2D2 in Tim's background.
It's a goddamn 3D printer.
It's Chopper. He's chopping up the haters.
Oh, that went down the wrong pipe. Fuck you, gentleman Jack.
Oh no.
I think Chad is a fucking pansy.
I think he is too. Chad doesn't want to come in. Andy, stop talking in the chat.
Did you print that?
Yeah.
You're a fucking nerd. That's pretty dope, though. How long did that take the 3D print? Like, is it like chunks? Or to everyone out there who's listening on Monday, tell us what you're showing us, Tim.
A full-size head of chopper. Or full-size dome, chopper dome.
So how many? What did that take to 3D print? You're right, Chad. It's a fancy Chad.
Talking about time-wise?
Yeah. Was it like one 3D printer that did it, or was it like?
No, if you can.
Is it like? Did you have to like put it together, like glue it or something?
Yeah. See, there's a bunch of different. I know you'll be able to see, but people later won't be able to see. But if you look inside of it, there's a bunch of different fins, and that's where individual pieces are glued together.
So each of those chunks from fin to fin is one piece.
Yeah. So
there's like what one? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 9 different pieces that went together.
Well, 9, and then there's a seam here. So there's 1 and 1, so 18.
18.
Yeah.
18 pieces.
Yeah. See the line here is the piece going, and then there's a line around here.
Did you use Gorilla Glue to super glue them together?
No, you got to use epoxy.
What does super glue do? Does it make it melt?
It just sucks. It doesn't hold together well. If you use ABS, you can weld it together with fingernail polish remover.
ABS glue?
No, ABS, like if you print it in ABS.
Oh. You mean like the same shit that plumbing pipes are made out of?
The same shit that Legos are made out of. You know how indestructible that Legos are.
I heard they're going to start making them out of hemp.
Hemp Legos?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
You didn't hear that?
No.
I'm fucking dead serious. They're going to start making them out of hemp.
I heard it just now.
Breaking news.
And you heard it first. You're welcome. You're fucking welcome.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here for the rest of the show.
Do you got the trap horn? You got to have a trap horn on there.
I don't have a trap horn. I have this.
Yeah, but you have to have the...
Oh, Chad said he'll be here in just a couple minutes. Calling you out.
Whatever. Stop lying.
And Wax Jock says, LOL, hemp Legos.
Fucking Google it. I'm going to Google it right now.
Wait. Pull that shit up on the screen, Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie. Fuck you, Joe Rogan.
Fight me.
Fight me, Joe Rogan. Hemp Legos.
You think they'll make Legos out of DMT?
That'd be dope. Be high as a motherfucker.
Oh.
Who is fucking right? Kyle's fucking right.
Totally renewable and ecological production by 2030.
Dude, it's right around the corner.
Oh, yeah. 10 years.
Hemp bricks, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Can't wait for the real thing bricks. Woo! Get it for Circle K. That's cool, though. Yes, Chad, you are still a pansy.
Legos are expensive enough now. Imagine when they're made out of weed.
It'll be cheaper because it's easier to make. They're going to be like 8 cents a piece.
I kicked.
Fuck you.
I didn't mean to kick him.
What a dick. What a fucking dick.
Yeah, he's back.
I don't know what happened.
I look. So in the bottom of the backstage window, your previous screen share was still up. So I figured if I could remove it would cancel it out. But instead, it kicked you. So it kicked you and your screen share.
So I got fired.
He did,
man.
But you're still our moderator.
Oh, nice.
But not for Spinner Rack because that show's fucking boring.
Wax Jock says they don't get you high and still hurt like a bitch when you step on them. What's the point? Oh yeah, the planet.
Stupid planet.
Fuck the planet.
Yeah, I think stupid. We'll just go to another one.
It's Captain Planet. We're gonna go to Mars, bitches.
I don't want to go there.
Like
brother,
Dr. Manhattan.
I do want to stay away from.
He's not on Mars.
He's not on Mars. He's been in hiding.
And how fucked up is that, man?
It's super fucked up.
It is. I think that show has fucking got really good.
Every week there's more questions than answers.
It's whack. Like Chad not coming on the show.
Yeah.
I have no fucking idea what's going on in The Watchmen. I'm like lost as shit.
I guess what I like about it.
I like it because I have no idea what's going on.
The Dr. Manhattan thing is a giant twist. I mean, they give you pieces so you know.
Is it the meat and potatoes?
You know that.
It was a slow burn.
Yeah.
The no-name actors.
Ozymandias is on a different planet. It seems like. Then Silk Spectre is now part of the FBI. Night Owl.
Actor.
Yep. Night Owl is in jail, and Rorschach's dead, and Dr. Manhattan. Well, we found out what about Dr. Manhattan last week.
They're on planet no name.
All I know is that blue dude gets around, and I think it's because he's got a giant schlong.
Aroused.
Around.
He doesn't even have to. You don't you remember the movie where he just did the force lightning and was tickling her everywhere while he was in the other room?
But to move on from Silk Spectre to Angela Abar, like he gets around, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That show's killing me.
The what? The show's killing you?
Yeah, I'm gonna persevere, and I think it's gonna be one of those things you got to watch it all over again after it's all said and done.
Yeah.
But like right now, it's
what is that noise? Exactly.
What noise?
Sounds like someone's getting drilled at a denter's office.
Is that the actual like making the layers, or is that what it?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it the actual just the going like the gears going back and forth?
It's just it's where it's moving side to side and back and forth.
It's not doing shit.
It has to be. I see it moving on the screen.
Wax Jock says, "Yeah, dude, he made her soul squirt."
You don't see that thing moving?
No, we can't see anything moving.
Now I do. So is it the actual like printing that's doing it, or is it the actual moving back and forth of the mechanisms?
Moving back and forth. The printing itself is silent. The actual material coming out.
Sure.
It's the bed's moving one way, and the bed's moving one way, and then the little where the filament is coming out is moving on a different axis. So you got Y and
so it's the noise is it's one's
so
going
it's
left, one's going right.
Yeah, so you got like your nozzle, and then everything is like kind of.
That's a small nozzle, my friend.
What comes out of it is real small. So
Wax Jock says it's the gears, dude.
That's a small nozzle. This is a bigger nozzle.
Fine. So it's like.
There we go.
What the fuck? Is that the prototype for the Absolute Geek vibrator?
Sure.
That when you
With
turn
the
it on,
Kyle
when you turn it on, it lasts like Kyle.
Yeah, it's ribbed for his pleasure or her pleasure.
Are you trying to 3D print?
Absolute geek does not discriminate.
Yeah. Are you trying to 3D print yourself a hilt?
Well, I did.
Yeah. Is that what that is? Yeah, that's what I figured. Very nice.
Oh, you're making a lifesaver?
Yes. Exactly that.
Are you gonna cosplay a Jedi while you go to conventions with Chopper?
No. Don't have time for that. That's too
You're
much.
far too busy for that.
Far too busy 3D printing nonsense and baby Yodas.
Where the fuck is Chad at?
He's being a pansy. He's ruining
What a fucking pansy.
He's ruining the drama that our Star Wars beat off.
We're so far past Star Wars now,
Yeah.
dude. You just go to bed.
We're so beaten off.
Waxjack says knobbed for Kyle's pleasure only.
Finally. Dude, it'd be so cool if you made one and it had like my face at the tip of it. So it's my face entering.
Just
And
the
then I
tip.
laugh. Oh my god. Yeah, I just want to be just on the tip. So every time it goes in, ha 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 ha, it'd be dope.
Workout complete.
If you can make that, normal people are here. You would be like way up here if you could do something like that.
Where was normal people again?
It's got to
Like
pour
here?
her a shot of Gentleman Jack
Right here,
afterwards.
right
too.
here. See how you can
So-
barely see my hand?
All right, so then here I am.
And see how far
Here,
my hand
here's
stands
normal.
up?
Here's normal.
What I would
people.
do
This
is
is
I
gonna
would
be
go,
me.
I would go to the
Yeah,
trophy
so-
shop and I would make you a trophy that says you're number one, to Tim, you are the best, I love you, Kyle. And I would mail you that trophy.
It'd be easier for me to just make the trophy.
You'd snail him that trophy.
No,
huh?
no. You can make me the trophy that I will give to you. You can do that.
I want to know how the fuck you snail somebody a trophy.
What?
You said you were gonna snail him a trophy.
No, I didn't.
It came across to snail you a trophy.
Well, you also didn't say absolute in the first.
I
fucking
did.
game.
I absolutely
like-
did.
Make like other cool shit.
Is that your
So
door
the
knocker?
door knocker? Yeah. You rang. You should make it go every time you do it.
I have to get Matt to send me that sound clip then.
Well, if you,
I'll
of
totally
you
send it
laughing.
to you.
Yeah.
Of the laugh, yeah, the Kyle laughing.
I'll send you
sound.
whatever you want.
It's more of a
It's more of a cackle.
yeah, a raspy smoker cackle.
It's getting into Billy Madison now.
Yep.
Remember
Do
that
it.
where they were talking about the dude laughing? The weasel. He laughs more like a weasel. He's like, "Ee." You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You not laugh like a weasel. I laugh like an awesome motherfucker. Yes, Wax. They have been doing awesome things with snails lately. You are correct, sir. Fucking shit.
Snail technology has made leaps and bounds
Yep.
of improvements over the last few years.
Yep. What the improvements
All I
in
know
snail
about my
technology is
phone-
crazy to think that I can't live to be 600-700 years old.
Oh, I will be just because I'm awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna keep me alive?
Gentleman Jack.
And weed. And OG Kush. It's gonna keep me alive forever.
Where the fuck is Chad?
He's a fucking pansy. Fuck that guy. I'm glad I didn't go to fucking King Diamond with him now. It would have been a disappointment too.
Maybe that's why he's not coming on the show.
Dude, look, my phone shows us way behind. It's at the door knocker part.
Yeah, it's YouTube, man. YouTube's on a delay.
Jesus Christ. He stole my
Yeah,
hubcap.
That's what hit me earlier.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Absolutely.
You should tell him to back the fuck up.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ hit me. I didn't know you were in a fucking sub-dom relationship with the Lord and Savior.
He doesn't Lord and Savior shit.
Chad says you missed out. That shit was diamond awesome. About as diamond awesome as you being in.
Yeah, coming from the guy who's too scared to fucking. Hey, I'm just gonna talk to Chad. I'm not gonna fucking come in and actually talk on the show. Whatever, Chad. You let me down. Tim has the balls to come on. Chad, his balls are like this. Tim, his balls are like this. Just to let everybody know out there. Like, I don't even know how Tim walks. He has to walk like a cowboy because his balls are so big.
Dude, he wheelbarrows.
Bounce around on him like a hippity hop.
Yeah, he wheelbarrows them, bro. He just throws them in a wheelbarrow and fucking pushes it in front of him.
No, you just bounce them, ride them around town. Like a little.
Dude, it fucking hurts when someone flicks your nuts. I wouldn't imagine bouncing around on them like a hippity hop.
Tim has talent because they're so big. They're calloused.
From dragging on the ground.
Yeah. Haven't you ever seen the South Park where Randy?
I've seen it. I know exactly
okay.
what you're referring to. I'm just like, I still think that it would hurt. You can't even get flicked in the balls.
All the way, jumping and bouncing all the way to the dispensary.
Yep. Put your nuts in a microwave so that way you can get testicular cancer to get free weed.
Dope.
That's the American way.
I'm Chad. I'm just gonna keep talking in the chat.
Chad's under construction, sort of.
Whatever, dude. His shit's null and void now. Whatever.
You have been discredited.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Hey, I'm Chad. This is my Chad voice.
This is what we're hearing from Chad.
For sure. Straight crickets.
That's what we're hearing from Chad right now.
I'm too scared to come on the podcast. I'm just gonna
wait. When did this become the podcast?
I said podcast.
Oh,
I never said podcast.
I thought I heard bogcast.
I'm sure you did. I'm Chad. I'm not gonna come on the podcast.
There you go. I heard that one.
Nope, there's no funny comments from Chad. That shit's all next.
No one cares about your comments anymore, Chad.
Nope. I've got tiny balls. I'm not going to come on the podcast. I can't believe there's 10 people listening to us ramble and shit. Here's a shot for all you guys.
I mean, technically, there's not 10 people because I still have YouTube open in another tab.
Just pound the bottle, bro.
Pound, pound, pound.
I think I count in the 10.
Okay, 9. And I'm going to talk for the rest of the show like this until Chad comes on. That's what I'm going to do.
Meanwhile, at Chad's house.
So, what did you think of the Black Widow trailer, Tim?
Cautiously optimistic. I mean, it looks like it could be interesting. The Black Widow movie everybody wanted had Jennifer Lawrence in it. And then,
oh my god, are you talking about Red Sparrow or whatever it was called?
Oh, she's so hot. Jennifer Lawrence is so hot.
Yeah, that was like
she did Mockingjay the shit out of Black Widow.
That was like a Black Widow origin story.
Orgy story. It's going to be the porn. Oh, damn. That would be fucking awesome.
They already have the porn. It's called Black Widow.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Kyle had to go service himself after he thought about the porn parody of the Black Widow trailer. What do you think of? Are you excited for Ghostbusters?
I don't know until I see the trailer Monday. I'm going to reserve judgment.
You don't think Paul Rudd just automatically makes it home run?
No, I
Paul,
don't think so.
He's Paul Rudd, man.
He is, but at the same time, or like Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd going to have good chemistry still?
I don't see why not.
I would hope so. I mean, and until today, when Bill Murray reposted the trailer and everything on his Twitter feed or Instagram or whatever the hell it is he had, it wasn't even 100% that he was going to be in the movie.
It's interesting you said. Have you watched on Netflix? Have you seen the show The Toys That Made Us on there?
No.
So they have a documentary series called The Toys That Made Us, where they talk about all the toys from the 80s and 90s and the history behind them. And now they made a spin-off called The Movies That Made Us. And the first episodes are like Dirty Dancing. It was Dirty Dancing, Die Hard, and Ghostbusters is one of them. And that's actually I guess it's Bill Murray's thing. They talk about it in that where he didn't commit to being in Ghostbusters until the day the shooting started. So they were just pitching this movie as Bill Murray might be in it. The original cast they wanted for it was Dan Aykroyd, Jim Belushi, and Eddie Murphy. They wanted Eddie Murphy to originally be one of the original Ghostbusters. And then
in the movie 1986?
Yeah. And then when Belushi,
that would have ruined that movie.
The Crow is so much better in that movie.
When Belushi died, that's how they recasted him, and then they recasted Eddie Murphy with Bill Murray. But like I said, they pitched the movie saying that Bill Murray was going to be in it, and he had no contract, he had no confirmation, nothing, and they didn't. They were always on the fence about it until he showed up day one.
Was going to be Eddie Murphy.
What?
Venkman was going to be Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy was originally supposed to be. It was only supposed to be the three Ghostbusters, and Eddie Murphy.
Venkman. Who else? It was only supposed to be Egon, Venkman, and Ray.
Mm-hmm. So it was supposed to be, but it was supposed to be Jim Belushi. Where did you get
permission?
Netflix, dude. There's a show on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us, and they talk about it.
I don't believe shit.
Okay.
Netflix is not a reliable source.
Yeah.
It's like Wikipedia.
I don't even believe about the goddamn guacamole avocado fucking war.
So was Eddie Murphy supposed to be Winston?
Because of Fat Stranger Things.
No, Eddie Murphy was going to be Venkman.
So
right?
The original script, Winston.
There was no Winston.
Right, and then they rewrote the script a bunch, I guess, during the time the filming was, and they wrote Winston in. And in the original script that they started shooting with, Winston had a lot more lines. He was a bigger part of the movie, and then as the filming went, they progressively cut his lines from the movie.
It was Ghostbusters then.
Mm-hmm.
And it still ended up with 4 Ghostbusters,
right,
not 3.
But the original script was 3 with, like I said, with Dan Aykroyd, Jim Belushi, John Belushi. Fucking brothers, I get them mixed up. But it was supposed to be him, the Blues Brothers, and Eddie Murphy.
So it was supposed to be John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, and Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
So it was going to be Dan Aykroyd was going to be Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Spangler.
Eddie Murphy was going to be Venkman. And John Belushi was going to be Egon.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're fucking telling us?
I'm telling you.
I'm calling your fucking card on that.
Okay, watch the show.
Because you guys there's no way he was going to be the smart motherfucker. That's not his.
Well, I think it would have changed. I think you would have had Aykroyd being.
So now
Egon.
You're changing your story.
No, but I'm just saying.
No, now you're changing your story.
Okay, so yes, I'm changing my story. But watch the show. Watch the show, and they talk about the movie and how they started showing it to audiences without the special effects being done. And they didn't finish the special effects until a few weeks before the movie was going to come out. So this whole thing, like, because they didn't even know how they were going to work in the gatekeeper keymaster angle. And it was actually Rick Moranis who came up. It was Rick Moranis and Sigourney Weaver that ended up working that out, which is really interesting. It's interesting to watch if you're a fan of that movie, to see like all the chaos that movie spawned out of.
So funny thing, you remember the 2 cartoons that came out, the Ghostbusters cartoons?
Real Ghostbusters, yeah.
Yeah, so there's like that Ghostbusters crap, and then the real Ghostbusters. It was like movie Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guy, I can't remember his name, Winston, auditioned to be the voice of Winston on the cartoon.
And he didn't make the cut.
He got turned down because he didn't sound Winston enough.
That's awesome. That is single-handedly the best story I've heard today.
Are you sure?
I'm fucking positive. Can't rain all the time.
Fat Stranger Things.
Where do we get Crow? Oh, that's right. He wasn't a Crow, wasn't he?
Oh my God. Welcome to the show, Tim. Thanks for catching up, buddy.
Catching up? What did I miss?
The whole you were behind on the whole Winston and the Crow thing. It's all good, man. I still love you, dude.
I heard you say something about the Crow earlier, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together until then.
That's exactly what I was just saying. Welcome. Now you're catching up again. That's twice. I appreciate it, man. I still think you're awesome. Hey, you know what? Right here. Tim, I'm giving you this.
Keep it close to your heart. Yeah, I'm going to cherish it.
You know what? I don't give many people the wink and the gun, so that shows how much I care about you.
What, are you confessing your love for Tim now?
I did. I just did. Because I gave him the wink and the gun.
Oh. Gotcha.
And now fucking Chad is MIA.
Yeah.
That's all right. We got it, man. We called his card. It's all good.
We sent an Absolute Geek reporter to Chad's house. They're standing by.
We know he's got little balls. Little baby balls. Tim has big old man balls.
Big old man balls.
Big old man balls.
All right, well, since we've come to the part where we've just talking about Tim's balls, do you have anything else you want to talk about tonight, Kyle? Chad just said in the chat, LOL.
Chad is null and void at this point. Anything he says is it doesn't even mean shit.
Null and void.
Well, Michael, I am sending you a fucking care package for being an awesome motherfucker and being the first person with the balls to call in.
Yes, Michael, that was.
There has been a lot of balls on this show, and they're not from Chad.
Oh, Tim's chugging a beer now too.
Good for you.
Except it's Bud Light, so you lose points for that.
Oh, laughy face, laughy face, laughy face, laughy face.
Anyways,
Let me drink more Gentleman Jack.
take a big shot to send us off, Kyle. That wasn't a big shot.
What was the phone number thing?
We can take phone calls now.
Tim.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's that?
People can call into the show.
I'm catching up again, Kyle.
Oh, that's right. The third time during this show. Yeah, Michael, I'm going to send you some pretty cool shit for being the first person willing to call in.
Uh-oh. And drum roll, please. I don't have a drum roll sound effect yet. There you go.
Fuck is this guy? God, it only took 40 minutes of talking shit for you to get the balls to come in.
I'm so busy. I'm
I
trying
gotta change my shirt. It takes me 45 minutes to change my shirt.
No, my
Okay.
computer's not set up. I got it all torn down. I'm trying to get my office back together. It ain't. Life's rough.
Excuses are like assholes.
I've got one.
Everybody has one, and we don't want to hear yours.
Tim left because the size of his balls are now in question again.
They're small.
So okay, so now you know what we were talking about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Rewind an hour.
Rewind an hour. Now we want to hear Chad's opinion on the Mandalorian.
I think Tim was pretty spot on, really.
Oh my God!
I like a lot of what's happening. I like where the storyline's going. I still haven't watched today's episode because I've been.
Did you put a Punisher beating on to be cool on the podcast?
I did. Should I? It's Loot Crate, man. Should I flip it and be Daredevil?
No. Punisher's great. I'm just fucking
back. If I remember correctly, and this goes way back, Star Wars nerd shit. So supposedly the first appearance that I ever saw of it or remember seeing of it was in the comic book. I could be wrong. It may have actually been written. What was that girl's? It wasn't Timothy Zahn. It was the other girl who wrote a bunch of the books for the EU. Andrea, I can't remember her name. And she wrote up how he had used his jetpack in Sarlacc pit and used it and rewired it, short circuit, and then ended up getting out of the Sarlacc pit. So he ended up surviving and all that, but then Disney came and they refused to use any of the EU and threw it all in the trash and said, we won't honor or do anything in the EU of Star Wars, it's actually created some controversy. They used to have a I don't know what you call a panel or a guild, if you will, of guys that would sit and review at Lucas Studios and make sure that everything in the EU timeline was legit. Like you could send in, before they sold it to Disney, you could write anything you wanted in Star Wars and send it into Lucas and Lucasfilm and LucasArts, blah blah blah, and they would review it and see if your story would chronologically fit into the Star Wars EU because of the timeline and all the stuff that's been written, all the stuff that's been done. They didn't want you to say and write a story that Han Solo was, with Chewie out in Kashyyyk, at a point in time after, Chewie died. Spoiler alert. So they used to. He does. Han's son actually ends up accidentally killing Chewie. So
we don't want you to go to a point in time where Chewie's dead, but something else happens. But we're gonna give it to Disney and let them have Han Solo have an illegitimate family before he cheated with Leia.
It'd be cool if there's a Han Solo movie about him franchising out to different families.
So like in kind of like the rubber ball in Toy Story with the red star on it, like every little corner would have like a little baby Yoda in the corner, like little rubber.
I think that's a Disney Plus show. Instead of the Brady Bunch, it's the Solo Bunch, and all of his illegitimate children move into one house together.
Right? Yeah. Why not? Sounds great. So yeah, I mean, they said that he lived the Sarlacc pit, and then there was a bunch of other stuff. But how do you correlate it? Because Disney's denied any of the EU, and they won't allow you to use it anymore. She's screwing up the movies. That I refuse to memorize that lady's name. I don't.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. I just refuse to even remember her name because she's horrible. She's terrible. I don't know how many people know it, but so the guy who plays Happy in Iron Man and Spider-Man and all that.
John
the big
Favreau.
Favreau.
Yep. So he's the guy that's actually doing most all of the new Mandalorian stuff.
You know what? I now call John Favreau. I call him the Golden Goose.
Yeah.
Because you know what, dude? Because what he makes is fucking dope. Like, you know, if like it or not, but he is the one who he sparked the Marvel movies that we love now. It's because of him.
Yeah, he directed the first Iron Man movie.
Yeah,
I think he helped write it too.
He's the real deal. Like and thank God we have him. He's one of those people that actually not only has read books and comics and got into the lore of it, but he wants to make something good live action with the true lore as a basis.
I mean, do you really think he's the savior of the Star Wars franchise? Because I think he's revitalizing a lot of excitement for the Star Wars franchise.
I really think that he's going. I hate to label anyone the savior of anything. I think he's our best shot as far as having any kind of future Star Wars franchise, because so many of the Star Wars fans today have absolutely disowned and really they're just not into the new movies. They really hate them. And I'm torn. I mean, there's a lot of good and bad content about the movies. I wish they'd have followed the EU books a lot closer. I think their profits would be better. I think they'd see more. It would, you'd see more movies. You'd see more continuity. You'd see more flow. I also understand. I mean, when they went and they pitched all these movies to, Mark and Hamill and Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher, and they were like, "Look, we're in and we'll do stuff. We're dead. We're done with it. Okay, that was our past. We want to move on." So they wanted to touch on it and help build another basis, but they didn't want to really carry on this huge legacy that is such a chore. And all the EU books, I mean, they were just Han and Leia and Luke, and then Mary Jade comes in. And it keeps going and going and going. So there's what, 20 books or something like that, and it's all Han and Luke and Leia, and they're like, "Look, we're not doing that. We have lives, and we'd like to die in them properly."
You're talking about the books.
Yeah, the EU books, a lot of the Timothy Zahn books, Heir to the Empire and Dark Force Rising and so on and so forth. Truce of Bakura.
Look, that's got all the cool Darth Vader dialogue in it. Brian always mentions it. Do you guys know?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
The only one of the books I even know anything about, and I never really read them, I had the audio versions, were the Thrawn books.
Good too.
What happened to those?
Thrawn?
And then you have, back before we had all the Cartoon Network and all that stuff, we had Shadows of the Empire, which went huge, and it had Prince Zizzer in it and all that. But that actually all took place, what was that? I think it was right after Empire, the Strike. Empire? No, it was right before Empire. So between A New Hope and Empire. So I mean, they've left that whole saga out. I don't know. It's good and bad. I feel like a lot of the fans today expect so much of our childhood to be redone, and that's just never going to happen. It's kind of like a drug addict shooting heroin. You're always going to be chasing that first high again. It's gone. We're never going to get that again because you're not 6 years old going to the theater in 1977. That's not going to happen anymore. But
if you were 6 years old in 1977, you're fucking old. I'm just playing. What do you think if they actually remade Episode 4?
Oh God.
What do you think would happen? What do you think the outcry would be?
Already.
What?
They kind of did already.
With what?
called Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
even if they called it Episode 4, what do you think it would? Do you think the outcry would be for that?
And he gets shit on.
yeah, the fans would absolutely have apoplexy, man. You would cause people would just lay down in the streets and start flopping like
You
water.
remember?
Man.
You remember the Chappelle show?
The what, Tim?
Remember the Chappelle show?
Uh-huh.
All right. So remember when he was the black white supremacist guy that was
Clinton Bigsby.
Yeah.
So at the end, when Clinton Bigsby pulled off his hood, and there was the one like skinhead dude in the back, and his head just exploded.
Yeah.
It'd be just like that.
It would. I agree.
They're gonna make another trilogy. So instead of New Hope, Empire, and Jedi, those get shifted again. You're gonna have another 3 movies in between them.
But I mean, they've gone back and added all the new content and all the stuff to it. They've gone back and literally almost remade it with all the extra new stuff in it anyway. What I think that a lot of us major fans have missed is that we're missing out the enjoyment. We're not going for the pure fan base entertainment feeling anymore. We're going because we want this new big epic first time chasing the dragon fucking Star Wars experience, and we're forgetting that we're ruining it for our children.
So you think like people who are going to see Episode 9 are just people that are hoping to get that same high from Episode 4?
Absolutely. Well, at 4, 5, and 6, they're just chasing that feeling like, oh, I got to get that again, and they're missing out and robbing their children of the chance to just go and enjoy it. Stop chasing that dragon. Stop trying to get that first time 6-year-old feeling of I saw Star Wars in the theater. I own a.
No, man, that first high is a really good high.
Mandalorian brought back that high for me, though. Mandalorian has really given me a love for Star Wars again.
And that's what we were saying a little bit ago is man, the Mandalorian's really, he's doing a great job. There's a good chance right now with the way that they're doing the Mandalorian of bringing back a lot of fan base and a lot of fanfare and a lot of really good content. And they're being true to the Star Wars blood. They're being true to the comic books. They're being true to, I mean, he's already brought back the gun. He brought back Life Day. He brought back, I mean, that's some true grit, like Easter egg shit right there. That's the real deal, and that's what the fans want. That's how the fans get their high. That's how they get their, oh my gosh, did you see that? Like,
I remember the first time I saw him walk out with that gun, and I'm like, holy shit, that's the gun he used on the animated series. That's
the fucking special gun.
Yeah.
Ridiculous on that damn cartoon.
Yeah.
Damn, it looks cool. I know, I was the same way. I was like, man, that's epic. I can't believe they set it up with that.
And the music, the fucking music, man, makes the score really, I can't stress enough to, if there's any young filmmakers out there, how important music is to your show to convey a feeling.
It makes it breaks a fucking movie or something, because that's where you're getting the feel. That's where you're getting the excitement. That's where you're getting the down and the up and the oh no's. That's where you're getting it, is from the score.
Yeah, and they did a really good job, or that chick that did the score did a really good job of meshing the spaghetti western with the Akira Kurosawa sound, which is where spaghetti westerns come from. They come from the Akira Kurosawa stuff. So I can't believe we haven't seen that in more mainstream stuff before, because it just seems so right. It just fits like a glove.
Well, and I totally agree with you 100%. I think, Williams' first 3 movies and the way that he did the sound was so epic and so important we're not seeing a lot of that in the new 3 movies. I think that's a big part of why it doesn't feel as good.
Yeah.
And also, again, I think that people need to go and remember that it's about entertainment and it's about sharing it with your children now. Go on entertainment because that's your kids are getting that original feeling you had back in, late 70s, early 80s, that we all were like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. That was wonderful. Take your
Like it was cool because I took my kids to the Force Awakens. We went to what was it, Matt? The 2 a.m. showing.
Yeah, something like that.
I took both of my kids to the movies so that we could experience that together. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Even though they both fell asleep.
Yeah.
We still got
it doesn't matter. In 20 years, your kids are going to be like, I was fucking there, man. That first day, I was there. 2 in the freaking morning. I'm a rock star of Star Wars. I'm super nerdy. My dad took me. That's the drunk tale around the campfire. Your kids are telling 20 years what makes Star Wars what Star Wars is. That's what makes.
And you know what? They remember it because they have mentioned it more than once.
Well, that's like
Dad, you made us go to that crappy movie at 2:00 in the morning. Do you remember that?
But it's like what it is. It's the memory. Like when they have their kids, that's what they're gonna say. Grandpa took me to see that.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's all.
My dad refuses to watch the new Star Wars, even the prequels, even episode 1, 2, and 3. He refuses to do it. He's like, I saw what is Star Wars in the movies or in the theaters when I was a kid. I don't need to see anything else. He's like, that's
watched Star Wars before.
That's my Star Wars. What came before and came after, it doesn't exist to me. So,
I wish I didn't refuse to watch the prequels to begin with, and like held to my guns.
Awesome.
What now?
Episode 3 is awesome.
The book, buddy.
I'll agree that it's good. Episode 3 is good. I thought episode 3 was good. Yeah. But it could have been better. The reason why it wasn't good is because that whole Anakin turn needed to be super dark and super evil.
And it needed to be longer, drawn out.
Yeah, and they couldn't do it.
And there was
happened just like that.
What was the book where it's all the Darth Vader, Anakin, like
that's episode 3. Episode 3. So if you guys go read episode 3's book,
that's when it's really dark, right?
Before episode 3 came out, I was working at a place called Cleaver Electric in Fort Collins. And they were like, oh, what's it like? Because they all knew I was a big Star Wars nerd and all that. And so they were like, well, Chad, how is it? You know about all that stuff. And I was like, look, guys, this is not going to be your friendly, fluffy, Yoda, everything movie, okay? Like this, if they do anything like the book, this is the dark story. This is where shit turns. This is where Anakin turns to Vader. This is where evil meets evil. This is the bad. This is a dark story. Don't go there thinking you're going to come out feeling fluffy and unicorns and rainbows and shit, because that ain't going to happen. That's not this story.
Michael says murdering children wasn't evil enough, huh?
Well, he didn't get the murder. In the book, you get more storyline. They should have showed that. They should have showed that.
I am kind of glad that they didn't, because I don't know that enough parents were familiar with it and with the storyline. That, I mean, you see Star Wars and you think, oh, I can take my kids to that, fucking Ewoks and Jar Jar Binks and other weird gay shit that my kids can tolerate. But then you walk in there and all of a sudden you've got the dark side killing kids in a very brutal manner in that book. I mean, the book is just, they lay it down.
In the movie, I thought it was awesome that they actually did that.
I was actually really surprised that they even put that scene in the movie. I was actually surprised.
It had to show a point, like what it's doing, like what the effects are going to be. And it makes sense for later episodes why it is the way it is.
Right.
They
Yeah.
almost had to.
They needed to, absolutely, but I was surprised that they did because of the whole kids and I was really surprised, but I was glad. I thought they did a pretty good job. I think they would have definitely had to change the rating had they described.
That's what they should have done. They should have changed the rating.
Yeah.
I mean, because it was a brief. You didn't truly see what he did, but you just knew what he was doing.
Yeah, it was implied.
It was.
Yeah.
You knew he walked in there and what he was doing. Yeah.
Yeah. In the book, man, he slaughters some stuff, man. He
An audiobook for that because I need to listen to that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find it on audiobook. It gets there's some really dark parts of that book. But I mean, then you turn around and you look at okay, so we got the whole Clone Wars, saga of cartoons. I really enjoy them, and I think there's a lot of good content and stuff in there. But honestly, the best cartoons were the ones done by Gendy Tartakovsky. I can't.
Yeah, the samurai one.
And the Cartoon Network, 5 minutes apiece.
Samurai Jack.
And yeah, he did Samurai Jack. He does Powerpuff Girls. He does all of that. And that run right there, they should have gave him a whole nother set to do. He touched on all the key main stuff, how Anakin gets his scar, they did not give him enough time or enough content to describe the beginning turning of Anakin, because that's really where it starts to go down the road. That's the fork in the road where Anakin chooses to go down, and they don't give it enough of credit. What happens in that?
Yeah, I agree. It could have been a really good movie. It could have been, but here's the problem. Here's the reason, and we all know this. I mean, we're just beating a dead horse here, but the reason why the prequels were such dog shit is because George Lucas was writing it and directing it. Period.
Well,
he wanted to make something for his kids, and he shouldn't have done that.
But I mean, he wrote all of them. He wrote the first three. He wrote the prequel three. He wrote them. When he starts getting his hands into too much of it, and he'll tell you that too. I've seen 1,000,001 interviews where he says, "I enjoy doing it. I love it. I think I do okay. I think there's other people that do it better."
Well, he also brought. He didn't want to direct the first three, the prequels. He wanted,
right?
I think, if I remember, he had a meeting with Ron Howard, Steven Spielberg, and who else was there? Peter Jackson. Was it? I think it might have been Peter Jackson.
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, Tommy Wiseau. And he said, "I want you guys to direct them," and they told him no. They said, "We're not going to do it. You need to do it." And they fucked up. They shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Because to me, my favorite Star Wars is Empire, and I think that one is so good because what's his name did it? Kasdan didn't it? So.
Yeah, he knocked that one out of the park. I mean, that, and honestly, and I'm biased, probably much like you, Brian. Empire's my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
As far as you're never, I shouldn't say never. It's almost impossible to see a sequel that does as good or better than the original. And Empire absolutely did that. That was one of the very first setting or precedents of a second movie that was so well written, so well directed, so much content put in, so many great one-liners. You don't see that. I really honestly can't think of another franchise ever in the history that had a second movie that was that much better than the first.
Yeah, maybe Indiana Jones.
Terminator 2?
Temple of Doom was terrible.
Yeah.
Really?
It really wasn't that. I mean, once you got into the later stories of Indiana Jones, it was more understandable. But I didn't think Temple was that great.
I think The Last Crusade is still the best Indiana Jones.
I agree. I love The Last Crusade.
Everything about
What about
it
the
is-
Crystal Skulls?
It's fucking garbage.
Yeah. Fucking Tim, dude. Why do you got to keep bringing us down with these fucking terrible fucking movies, dude?
Yeah.
I named the dog Indy.
That is
Which
one
is
of the
a whole other- I don't know. Do you guys know the whole tie-in between all of that?
Jesus.
And I'll have to show you a picture. I actually have a picture of the dog and everything. Anyway. Okay. Back in the day, George Lucas had a Malamute, and his name was Indy, Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
He ended up creating Chewbacca because he loved that Malamute so much. That dog was so awesome. Now, I don't know if you've ever had a Malamute, but I've had all kinds of dogs. And my Malamute was the one that breaks the mold for all other dogs. Like, I love that dog. Once you have a Malamute, they're incredible dogs, and they're a huge pain in the ass. But you just love them. And so when they did the whole display of all the costumes and everything years ago in Denver, we went down and they had a picture of George Lucas and his Malamute next to him, and it's right up there next to the original Chewbacca and Han Solo costume that they tour around and everything, and it tells the story about his dog and everything. But then when they were doing all the Indiana Jones stuff, he wanted to make sure that line got into the movies with, Spielberg and everybody and all the stuff going on in there. And that's how that line in that third movie came about is, I named the dog Indiana because George Lucas's dog that he made Chewbacca was actually named Indiana. And that's how they came up with the name for Indiana Jones, blah, 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 and all that story tied together. But I'll have to send you that picture sometime. It's a great picture.
That's fucking cool as fuck.
Little deep Star Wars, Indiana Jones trivia tie together shit there.
And I seen The Last Crusade at the movie theater.
Yeah, so did I. I remember that. It was fucking. I love that movie.
Now, do you also know about there's in the original Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, when they're thrown into that snake pit, in the little pillar, there's a little carving of R2-D2 and C-3PO in like an Egyptian hieroglyph on there.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am totally going to watch Temple of
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking see that.
Yeah, you can Google it, and they'll explode it and show you exactly where it's at and everything. But yeah, there's a little Egyptian hieroglyph in the pillar when she's yelling at him, and you can see it behind her. Yeah, it's a little R2 and C-3PO.
That's dope when movies. I like when movies do stuff like that because at the time you have no fucking idea.
Right.
Like I mean, how many years do you think it took for them to catch on that? Because I mean, Indiana Jones was made second.
Sure.
I mean, how many years do you think it took before somebody actually noticed that?
Well,
there's no way when Dune came out, somebody said, "Holy fuck, that's from Star Wars." I guarantee that didn't happen.
That's that chasing the dragon first moment again. There it is. When they go back into tie-in movies together with other movies, then
where's R2? Dude, I totally fucking see it. It's right there.
Yeah.
That is so fucking dope. I totally see it.
Yeah, there's another scene when she's yelling at him, and you can see it in the background behind her too. But that's that epic moments where movies tie to movies. You find the Easter eggs. That's what helps give that feeling that, oh my gosh, the epic first time Star Wars feeling. First time Indiana Jones feeling. That's
like Armageddon, when the asteroid hits in the very beginning.
The movie still sucks.
Dude, that movie's fucking badass. Dude.
I was about to say, yeah, that movie's great.
What?
It's all
Armageddon.
wrong. Be here. That shit's dope, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I feel the power between my legs, dude. That Armageddon's awesome. But in the beginning of Armageddon, when the asteroid when a small meteor hits in New York, the dude is selling Godzilla shit, and that was the next movie that Michael Bay was doing was Godzilla.
Yeah.
So he had all the displays up, and he didn't even know it. It's fucking. I like when movies do that shit.
Yeah, I do too.
Disney's known for that too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The whole storyline between and there's a bunch of other stuff because of all the guys that went to school together. So Toy Story has its, the pizza delivery truck that you see all through there. They have the little rubber ball with the red star on it.
Isn't Stan Lee in every Marvel movie too?
Yes,
I think
almost.
he is. I think he is.
Yeah, almost. And I still think that they should. I honestly think that's great. With the whole Deadpool idea, if they're gonna, since Stan is gone, God bless his soul, I think Deadpool should actually take that over and have a cameo in every movie, and it would be cheesy as shit, which would make it great.
I agree.
That'd be kind of cool. You see Deadpool fucking driving a bus or fucking walking a dog or something. That'd be actually kind of cool.
Completely, yeah. I think it'd be a really good tie-in for Disney to give that Easter egg moment that would really help carry the legacy and carry it on and get people the excited feeling again.
What do you think of ABC doing that Stan Lee tribute in like 2 weeks? Have you guys seen that?
I haven't heard a lot about it. I heard that there was something planned. Say that again.
What's that? I said ABC is doing like a whole Stan Lee special, like a tribute to Stan Lee. You haven't seen that yet?
No.
Matt, bring that up so everybody can see it.
I've been just slammed this week.
Jamie, put that shit on the screen.
My nerd.
Well, here's part of my personal feelings, and I really would like to hear what you guys have to say. I love Stan Lee to death, and I really respect what he's done for us. But all be all, Jack Kirby got fucked as you can get in the entire.
What I was hoping they do in this special is show him to be kind of a dick when he was a dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Stan really screwed Jack Kirby in a bad way, and
he screwed a couple people. But yeah, you're right.
Stan's got some great ideas. He had great visions, and he really set himself up to be that voice, that background, that face of Marvel. But in doing so, he really stepped on some people, and it was pretty shitty. And Jack Kirby, he's the one that's responsible for the image that you see in your head when you go to sleep at night. When I say the words, Iron Man, Black Panther, Spider-Man. He's the one that
Jack Kirby didn't draw Spider-Man.
Ditko.
You're right. It was
Steve Ditko.
Yeah, it was Ditko.
But he got screwed too, and he was a Jack Kirby guy.
He did.
But I mean, yeah, when you think of Fantastic Four and stuff, that's what you should think of is those characters.
Yep. Yeah, and so I mean, I love and respect what Stan has done for us, but at the same time,
But wasn't that just the MO back then too? Because I mean, Bob Kane did it to Bill Finger. So
60s, man, you're like peace, man. Everything's cool. Make love, not war.
That doesn't make it okay.
That was just
I thought that was the vibe of that time.
Yeah.
That's the vibe of today. Fuck you, it's all about me.
That's
what
my
have you
vibe.
What have you done for me lately? And
Exactly,
fuck you, pay me.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, I don't know, today I feel like some of our humanity has been surpassed by technology. You get smaller, good groups of solid friends, but on a world basis, I don't see a whole lot of people spreading and sharing the love.
I do it every Friday night at 7:30 p.m.
Well, you're the exception, Kyle. We all love you.
I'm
But
fucking.
you're a
I'm
love
like,
more.
I'm
Kyle's a
shit,
love more.
dude. I have nothing but love to give.
A round of applause for the love for Kyle.
Like circling back to something, when everybody at your last electrical company asked you about Star Wars, the first time I walked up to you and I looked at you, I said, "Holy fuck, this guy needs to be my friend."
All I remember is waiting to go in the gate, and I'm like, does that guy have a fucking Nightwing bumper sticker in his window? Like, oh my God, nobody sports Nightwing in their window. I will call this guy Grayson forever. This guy will be dubbed Grayson. I will find out this guy's name, and I will totally friend him and call him Grayson.
So, and here you are, fucking a couple years later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody. It's great to be nominated. I appreciate the applause.
Give that man the gauntlet.
I think I need more whiskey.
Yeah, it
Always need whiskey.
I think you need the opposite of that.
Yeah.
This is what I need.
Some
right
fucking
here.
water.
This is what I need, more of this.
Yeah.
This is my new best friend.
Yes.
I love you. But
Excellent.
Anything else you'd like to talk about, Chad? Tim? So we have these two awesome special guests on with us
Fuck, I think
tonight.
I'm just gonna go back and delete the first hour of the show and just keep this and make this the show because this was more entertaining than the first hour.
Yeah, the first hour blew.
I was super
I was
late getting to it too. I was doing other crap, so I came in. I don't know.
I was messaging Bryce
5,
at this
15 minutes late. I listened for about 20 minutes or 15 minutes before I even commented. But
no, this is is there anything else you guys would like to talk about? My two awesome friends, Chad and Tim. Fuck, you disappoint me just now.
I'm just sitting here watching Tim look at all this gay porn because he doesn't know how to delete his screen share from the behind the scenes. So I'm just watching his Google search go back and forth.
That's dope. You're looking at porn. Did you send any books for McFarlane to sign, Chad?
I didn't.
Where's the gay porn?
I thought about doing it, and I have some that are exclusive that I probably should send and have signed. I really should. One,
you could have sent them with us, dude, with ours.
Yeah,
well,
I thought about it. I mean, right now I'm really trying to rebudget and get set budget.
Fuck that shit. This is a Todd McFarlane signing.
I know, but here's the other thing I'm afraid of.
$200. Get the Godfather to sign shit for you.
The Todd Father.
It is the Todd Father.
It is, and I got those 2 books signed when we went to the Alamo Draft House, and that was awesome. That was great.
That was awesome.
But I'm afraid that. So I send in my 150 variant. I have them sign it. I get it back.
Your Spawn 150
next, yeah, and 3. I think it's 300, and then. A week later,
you want 3
eBay, I see 500 of them.
Yes.
500 now they all want $70 for it because everybody and their dog sent in
the
150 variant. So now I can buy it for $70 versus paying the $89 plus shipping and handling, plus dicking with the time wait, plus dicking with maybe they messed up my book.
That's a great point, dude.
I mean, yes, but would it be for your personal collection? Or are you getting it to sell?
I don't. I have a problem, and it's called hoarding, and so I don't really sell anything.
It would be for you. So then, who fucking cares what eBay's selling it for? You would be getting it Holy shit! Go back up again. Go to your right. Go up. Oh, that ain't shit, dude.
Yeah, I was about to say you should come over to my house.
And
You should come to my house. Yeah.
I like. Is that a stand-up desk? That's cool.
yeah, it's an old drafting table.
That's cool.
Yeah, I used to draw and draft and do all
For
kinds of
you,
stuff.
it's priceless.
This is just my one room. I still got 12 dish packs of Star Wars toys sitting in my master bedroom. Like that.
You want to see Star Wars toys? You go to and look in Brian's other bedroom.
So I mean, I don't sell. I do stuff and I hold it and I keep it, and then maybe one day, like I'm looking to sell all my Star Wars toys at this point.
you're not.
So
I am
that
too.
do some other ventures, and buy a few other things. You know, I hold on to a lot of the stuff, hoping to cruise, and you cross your fingers. Much like I was watching you guys open those garbage pail kids the other night, and I was like, Jesus,
Where did you buy
those things I've gotten rid of? I used to have, 1 or 2 complete sets, and I'm watching you guys open them. It's like, God, I remember that card. Shit, I remember looking for that card for like 6
You get those
before I
prison
found
barbecue kids at.
So those were put out in 2013, and they're super hard to find now. But when Blowout Cards had their Black November deals, they had them on sale for the same price you could get them in 2013. They're really hard to find. I mean, you could find old boxes on eBay for. Let me take a look here. I mean, the original boxes go for 10 grand, but the Topps Chrome one go for.
It makes me. I kick myself in the ass for when, hey, I'm a teenager now. I don't need cards and toys. I'm gonna throw these motherfuckers away. And now I'm kicking myself in the ass because I had awesome fucking.
I'm kicking myself in the ass because I had complete mint in box, unopened, every mask vehicle that they ever made. And I sold them all as a kid at a garage sale because I wanted the money so I could buy a new skateboard or some shit like that. And so I used to have every mask vehicle ever made in box, mint, unopened, and I sold them like an idiot, But how many Tatooine Luke's heads did I pop off, like, playing in the sand and he lost his head again.
Yeah.
What
You
do
can get
Matt, do you just collect books? Or I mean you're a nerdy guy. You gotta collect and hoard more than just books, Matt.
I do, but I grew up more. What's that?
I said he collects toenails.
Yeah, I do. I'm like your mom. I keep them in a little dish.
Belly button lid.
Yep.
No, that was so good, right?
Whatever. I collect more. I don't know. I collect figures and stuff too, but not like that. I grew up Turtles, Power Rangers, so like that was my big thing, and I collect anime statues and shit like that. That's my thing.
Yeah, I really want to start getting into more of the statues and figures, larger scale. It's hard because they're fucking.
No, you need to jump into basketball cards with me and Brian.
Yeah,
I'm not. I do hockey cards, but I don't do basketball, man. I don't.
Oh, you do hockey cards, bro? Look at that.
I will watch golf before I watch.
Brian? What do you think of the Prism hockey cards?
They don't have Prism hockey cards. They only have Upper Deck. There you go. 2 unopened boxes from Connor McDavid's rookie year that I'm going to be opening up soon.
I thought they had some at Walmart.
They don't do Prism hockey cards. They only do Upper Deck hockey cards.
They don't do Panini ones?
No. Panini only has basketball and baseball and football. The only cards that are hockey are Upper Deck. And then Topps does baseball.
I thought Topps did a couple runs of NHL.
They did back in the day. So back in the day, my white whale that I'm searching for right now is a Wayne Gretzky rookie card, 79.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I thought you're selling shit to get that, right?
Yeah, I'm selling shit to get that.
Yeah,
so
the car.
No, you can get them for about $5-6 grand.
Right?
So I plan on getting one for about $5-6 grand.
Where are you at now in the buying and selling to it? It's between
So,
700 and $1,000
I have 1,000 saved up for that.
from just selling.
From just selling, yeah, selling comic books.
Well, Fleer used to make hockey cards.
No, Fleer never made. Well, they made a couple of years of hockey cards back in the late '90s.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a Fleer, Vladimir Konstantinov right there.
Yeah, but
He busted
Fleer
out.
was mainly basketball.
Dude, my favorite basketball cards are still the Skybox cards.
Yeah,
That's got to be the coolest era of basketball cards.
Yeah, 93, 94, Fleer was making hockey cards.
Yep.
96, 97. So it just in the 90s they were.
Yep.
So what is it, 93, 94, or 96?
Well, I've got sets from 93, 94, and 96, 97.
So they didn't make them in 95?
Yeah, they did.
They probably did. I just don't have cards from it.
They made them from like 93 to like 2004.
So they caught the end of the card craze.
Well, see what happened is the leagues decided that they were only going to allow certain companies to have exclusive contracts for the rights to print their stuff. So now the NHL only allows Upper Deck to print licensed material. The football only allows Panini to print licensed material. Baseball only allows Topps / Bowman, which is owned by Topps, to print licensed material. And what was the other one? Basketball only allows Panini to print licensed material. So it sucks. It really sucks.
Yep, 2019-20 Topps.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
What do you think of those Panini?
I'd look for the Spawn cards, and I'd look for, some hockey cards. I've always been a hockey guy.
Who's your team?
I don't. I'm torn. And the promo next Wednesday, my two teams are playing against each other. I love it because back when I was drinking,
Rivalry Wednesday.
Hammered because every time either of them scored, I'd love it. So,
Who's your team?
number one, Devils are my boys because back in the 70s, we had a team, the Colorado Rockies, and the Colorado Rockies got sold to New Jersey, and they became the Jersey Devils.
Yeah,
New Jersey Ice Devils.
Baseball team originally, it was a hockey team.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
And
Don Cherry was their coach.
Here's a little toss
What
back.
year was
So
that?
that was the hat that I was wearing at the Alamo Draft House. That was a Colorado Rockies hat from back in the 70s with their logo and stuff. Todd, the Todd father, walked up. Oh, hey, that's an old Rockies hat, man. I love it. That looks really good. I mean, he knew exactly who it was right off the bat, threw it
He's
down.
Canadian. Of course he knew hockey.
I was like, damn. That's
Not only is he Canadian, he grew up in Edmonton when Messier, Gretzky, Curry, Glenn Anderson, they were all
hockey.
He was around the greatest team in hockey history.
Yeah.
Four cups.
Well, and he was playing near all-star NBL baseball before he ever got into comics and all that. He did a huge baseball career and tried to go pro.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane did?
Yeah.
No way.
Absolutely.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, he owns
he was up in New York. He went over to
Washington.
Washington. Then he went up to Canada, and then he came back down to somewhere and then went back to Canada and then went back over to New York.
Traded.
Yeah, he had a minor league baseball.
Oh my god, I want a Todd McFarlane fucking baseball card so bad it hurts now.
Right.
I don't think they have any, man.
I don't think they make it for the minors, do they?
Somewhere. There has to be something somewhere.
I don't think
McFarlane baseball jersey.
Or a fucking or a small store.
McFarland attended tryouts at
There's got to be a
Gonzaga,
jersey out there. Good
but
call.
he never played minor. He tried to play college ball, but that was it.
Oh, we got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. There won't be a card.
When Todd's college baseball eligibility ended and no major league team sought him out, he continued to draw comic characters.
Good for. I'm so glad that no fucking baseball team picked him up.
Yeah, right.
Could you imagine that if we had Todd McFarlane, the no-name fucking outfielder, versus Todd McFarlane, the fucking creator of Spawn? Do you think we would not have a Spawn? We would not have an amazing Spider-Man 300 with such an awesome cover. You'd probably dumbass
The Walking Dead,
dude.
There you guys go.
You wouldn't have Saga. You wouldn't have. I mean, think of just that one little blip in life that could have changed so many lives. It would have. You wouldn't have Wildcats or Youngblood or any of that shit. Pitt, Max, all that would be nothing. There wouldn't be.
You ready?
D-backs baseball. Who is the man behind the mask? Well, it's the incredibly talented Todd McFarlane, Valley resident, comic book creator, illustrator, author, toy maker. I mean, you do it all.
Well, directing, little Hollywood stuff, and I coach a youth baseball team, so we keep busy.
You're here tonight because
Coolest motherfucker ever.
Project.com. You have designed a plate and signed it. It's Spider-Man, which was your early love and your early creation. Tell me more about this project.
Well, the Diamondbacks been doing it for the last couple of years. They're getting people around the valley and sometimes even outside, trying to get as wide a net of celebrities as they can.
It's 2013.
Put a little bit of a doodle on a home plate. They auction it off. Auction is going to go until August 2nd, August 3rd. Homeplateproject.com, and all the money goes to charity.
Kind of cool.
About baseball. You played baseball growing up. You love this sport, and you're a great
That's
collector.
awesome.
Tell me more about your baseball collection. You've got some pretty special baseball.
Yeah, I'm a frustrated athlete. I still wish I could play. I played Pac-10 baseball, but wasn't good enough to go past that. The collection probably people sort of chide me the most about is I was that guy that spent way too much on that Mark McGuire 70 ball. And then a couple years later, all of a sudden makes a run, breaks the record. So you never want to have the second best of anything. So I had to go chase that ball down. And then at one of the auctions, I also got Sammy Sosa's 66, which is the third highest total. So I own the top 3 home run marks in Major League Baseball history.
That's his kid behind him.
When Major League Ballparks has
What does this guy not fucking have? Fucking Todd, I love you.
If they felt bad,
No.
take some.
Look at that kid's Spawn baseball jersey too.
I know, right?
Yeah.
These balls. And then I did my homework and I found out how much attendance they got. And it's not
He's
as much
the
as
fucking man.
again, it's out of the way. So I figured a way that if I traveled it,
I'm not a baseball guy, but I've never wanted to buy a home plate so bad in all my life.
Right?
Dude. How cool would it be to have a Spider-Man home plate?
But
like
you see,
what?
that even goes back to what we were just talking about. Now that home plate is worth, his signing and his picture and everything. It's worth whatever, right? But his signature is out there so much that I just couldn't justify sending another book in to get signed because there's going to be a crap ton flooding the market soon.
Yeah, but there's going to be a crap ton, and then he's not going to do signing for years. So to get graded books again, it's going to be fucking tough.
I'll still be alive.
You'll have to true, but you'll always for the next few years after this, you'll have to send your books to be authenticated secondary than having an actual authenticated signature.
Yeah, and I thought about that, but I mean, half of the time you got to send everything off to be authenticated anyway now. It just is the way of the world now because people don't want to spend the time and money to put the authentication in.
It's between a red label CBCS and a yellow label CGC. There's a big difference.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
I totally agree. Yeah. But when the market's flooded and you can easily just buy it right off of eBay and have them ship it to you and you got it in 2 days versus 3 weeks and there's still 900 books. I mean, if I was going to get one, I'd be looking for the $2.99 that he had up at the New York Comic-Con exclusive that we didn't even down here in Arizona didn't even get a chance at. That where it's purple background and it's got the long fingers and it's Spawn sitting there like a witch and he's kind of in that pose and he's got the long fingernails and I mean that's a sick book, and it's a small number variant. It's
yeah, but on the same note,
I would really want that's signed more than any of the ones that I already have.
I mean, right though, we got the Alamo Draft House ones on the same note.
Yeah, and look at those. I mean, I could have sent that to get signed, but I mean, I can go down to Brandon's Comics and buy them for $100 a shot right now. Oh, look at that, man! That thing is just gorgeous.
I have that,
and there's a bunch of them that are out there that are signed. I mean, that's the only book I really am looking for.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of yellow CGCs of that book. I guarantee it.
Is that a McFarlane cover?
I think it's a McFarlane and Capullo. Isn't that right?
It's a Capullo cover, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It looked like Capullo, but I wasn't sure.
But I'm saying there's not going to be that book. There's not going to be a lot of authenticated yellow label graded books of that.
If it was a Capullo, his signature would be on the cover.
Isn't the signature on the cover? I thought I saw it. Maybe not.
I've seen two of those that McFarlane has signed.
A yellow label? CGC?
Matina, there we go.
I think one of them was already graded and one was not.
It's beautiful. I'm going to have to get one of those.
They're amazing, and I've been looking for one ever since I first saw it about a month ago. Oh, maybe it was 2 months ago. It was a while ago. But it was after it came out, and I knew nothing about it, and now I'm taking myself. That's the downfall of working.
Yeah, but if you really want to, you can. Who the fuck is typing?
Me.
Who was just typing?
Me.
God damn.
God damn, that's annoying.
No, let's not wrap it up. We're having a good time.
How tall are those Yodas, Tim?
Which Yodas?
Your 3D printed ones. Your baby Yodas.
Oh, this dude?
Yeah.
This one I made some bigger ones, but he's I don't know, this
3 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches.
Like 4.
Damn it, woman! I said that's 8.
I wonder why you always hit the curb. You don't know what 8 inches is.
4.
Oh wow,
that one's
enough.
It gets the job done, anyways.
Just enough to get there.
She's being nice.
She's being generous.
No, baby,
Yeah,
you're
she's being
sick
nice.
all day. Your baby Yoda is sick all day, honey. Those are really cool. I really dig those.
I'm really surprised that
For
that,
$7.99, $37 shipping, I will send you one, Chad.
$7 shipping and $7.99.
Well, I gotta pay $7, and I have to keep $37.
Oh, those are badass. What do you use? Are you painting them?
I haven't painted any yet.
What have you painted? Any other 3D things you've done?
Not really, other than Chopper.
I'm just curious what type of paint you would use, or do multiple types work?
It doesn't really matter. It's whatever you prefer. A lot of people on smaller stuff, it's like acrylics. that they'll use, but on bigger stuff, you can use car paint, rattle cans, whatever. I mean, I wouldn't recommend using like house paint for them, but I think you can get away with pretty much anything.
Can you hear my son?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
All right. Well, I think this is where we should to wrap it up here.
No,
Yeah,
we're having
we got rambling
fun.
kids and
No, this
fucking
is too much fun.
droid helmet over here, and
Dude, that's awesome. That is 18 pieces.
That is badass.
You didn't see that earlier? Someone was paying attention to the show.
So I don't know. Real quick before we go, I don't know if they sold it or not, but at Mr. E Comics, they have an unauthenticated here in Maricopa, an unauthenticated Boba Fett signed Jeremy Bullock helmet.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
And Tim's just like, I'll 3D print one of those. It's all good.
Where's Mr. E Comics? If you're in Arizona,
It's in Maricopa. And
Oh, that's the problem.
is
It's in
right
Maricopa.
Yeah,
Fuck.
right on John Wayne Parkway.
dude, that's my favorite thing about Maricopa. They made a goddamn road after John Wayne. How fucking awesome is that? They didn't call it Francis. They call it John Wayne.
Yeah, yeah. And if you come at least a day, maybe a day and a half after the rain, it smells just a lot like a John Wayne movie.
Okay, hold on. You just said the magic word. The days after the rain. Do you get the snoring desert toad out there?
Oh yeah, it's good times.
Really?
Oh,
the snoring desert toad is out there?
Once in a while, you'll hear or see one, but right now it's too cold for them. But during
I know they only come out 2 months out of the year.
yeah. Well,
Chad, we're gonna be hanging out very, very, very much during the monsoon, my friend.
Absolutely, come on down. Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Grizzle Geek said, "Did I miss the good stuff?" This is the best right here. This is the true art of conversation.
So true. This is what a podcast is right here. Fucking killing it.
The last
Kill
hour
it.
and a half, phenomenal.
But on that note, we're gonna end it. So, guys,
That's
thanks
fun.
for.
You're fucked, man.
Look, Chad looks like he wants to go back to his life. Fucking,
I'm calling it a night here in 5
Yeah.
minutes anyway, so
fucking Tim's
I
down
gotta
here
be up
falling
early.
asleep.
Last time,
I
Tim
gotta
was
go
like,
get ready for Bogcast.
with my friends.
Tim's falling
Brian-
asleep. Brian's
Brian, I'm not even gonna comment on that. I gotta go to podcast at noon.
Hey, the man needs to sleep. But I want to thank
Yep.
I want to thank Chad and Tim for jumping in and, as Kyle called them out,
Star Wars beat
Thanks
off.
for having us, man. That was
yeah,
awesome.
for your Star Wars beat off. That didn't even. It just turned into a fucking circle jerk. But you know, a real beat off. But yeah, guys, remember, if this is your first time finding us on YouTube, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. If you're listening to us on Monday on any of your audio platforms, make sure to leave us a review and subscribe. I'll post the phone number again on Facebook. Again, we're doing the holiday episode on the 20th, so make sure to get us those voicemails or call in the show live.
Put the number up, everybody, and say it. For everybody that is listening to us on Monday, please tell everybody the number to call in.
Okay, it's 623-396-6143. Again, that is 623-396-6143. That is the
For only 41 cents a day, you too can sponsor Absolute Geek.
We've been trying to reach you about your vehicle's expiring warranty.
Yes. Are you happy with your health insurance? The health exchange is now open for open enrollment.
For $61 a day, you too a day. For $61 a month, you too can help the lives of Absolute Geek Podcast.
Please sponsor your geek responsibly.
There you go. So
633-396-6143. There are operators standing by to take your call for your donation to Absolute Geek Podcast.
that is the number to use to to call to leave us a voicemail for the holiday episode or to call into the show live. But for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast,
call in and let us know your favorite moment of the show.
Absolutely.
So everybody listening on Monday, please call in. You're listening to this later in the week and you're not on YouTube. Please call in at 623-396-6143 and tell us your favorite moment from Absolute Geek so we can make a show so we can talk about what you guys say. My daughter's favorite moment is when the show ends.
That should have happened about 2 hours ago.
No way. This has been awesome.
I'm just kidding. It has been good.
You're a fucking liar, dude.
I'm not lying.
You were fucking totally lying. We should end the show. I'm going to message you and say we should end the show.
Anyways.
Fuck that.
All right. So for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
Matt is lame.
I'm Brian.
I'm Chad.
Tim.
And we'll see you guys
when Matt
next
is
time.
Because Matt is lame. Fuck this shit. Matt is lame. I'm gonna show. I'm fucking beating me.